Hello.
Hello. We've got a little bit of an echo, so I'm going to mute one of you.
We're fixing that.
uh, and you might want to. Oh, oh! I muted the wrong person. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. I don't think we have an echo anymore.
Are we good?
I think
Can you hear
so.
me?
Yes.
You can hear me like your speakers. You should be.
Let's see here. Can I? Alright, you know what? We're going to show my camera here, and then I'm going to hide my camera on my stream so that way it all works correctly here. You go, why?
Okay.
Alright, thank you, Boops! Welcome in, it's so good to see you. Alright. So, first question of the day. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
You want a technical problem, and I said that I would be that technical problem. For some reason, I have this secret speaker happening on my computer somewhere, and I have no idea where it is. I've turned off speakers. Yeah. No, I'm not in the other stream. See, this is. I might just turn it off and go over to this computer. Yeah. We're in the same room. It's silly.
So, Boops, these are developers. This is Hannah and Lee from Raguthra Studios. So, that works too. Hello. We're getting this all figured out, right?
Oh yeah, we're here now. We're ready.
Exactly. So, one thing I will say is my stream is very much, we just go with the flow. So there's no need to be nervous or anything like that. We are a fun community and everything like that. You've definitely seen my streams before too. So, all right.
This is the first time we've talked, though.
It is actually.
Yes,
we've talked separately. So you've heard our voices, and we've heard your voice, obviously. And you're correct. This is actually the first time that we've actually been on Twitch as far as video.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, I know. Crucified or Crucified or whatever, she's on Twitch, but that's the only person of your team that's on Twitch.
Oh yeah, we learned so much about Twitch. The first time we went in, there's all this stuff happening. Like you can catch things, and we're like, I don't know what this is. Like, what are we even?
Yeah.
What's going on? It's like walking into a store, and the lights are bright, and there's stuff happening everywhere, and you're like, this is so exciting, but I don't know where I am.
Like I think you have a game where you like wild Pokemon or something show up or something. I don't know.
Yes.
So you yell out every once in a while, and I recognize occasionally the names because I only know kind of the first generation of Pokemon, and my understanding it there's been more. Yeah, game developer guys, here we go. So yeah, it's so that was always weird.
Yeah, for sure. It going from Twitch from like traditional media, and you're like, it can be so overwhelming, especially with the interactivity and everything like that as well. Just a question. This wasn't on the agenda, but I figure it is a very good question for you guys right now. What was your first interaction on Twitch like?
Really positive. So I think the first time that we went on Twitch, Lee did. So I chose sleep over going, which was awful. But Michelle streamed the very, very first version that we released of the Spaceship Down demo. And that was our first Twitch experience. It was the first time that somebody had played our game and we'd seen it or heard feedback. And I, at the time, I think we were about to have a movie night. So I went over and Lee was like, you should have seen that. That was amazing. And I was like, okay. So then we watched the replay and I got so emotional. I was just like, oh my God, it felt so real. Like someone played this and they enjoyed it and she was laughing at all the right points and we're like, this is going to work. And I was just sitting there with tears in my eyes. Like it was so much.
Also, Michelle was very, very kind to me as a newbie in Twitch because she has the things where thanks for getting your ego and and she has, of course, the chicken themes and stuff, and I didn't know any of that, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. But yeah, no, as Hannah said, it was incredibly emotional, and I think with each release of kind of the demos that we've done, it's always been this kind of very emotional experience that Twitch has offered us. Even when people aren't really enjoying it, and we often lurk in feeds because I'm very much, I don't want to take away from anyone's feed as well. Like, it's like, hey, look at me, I'm the one who made this game, particularly if they're not having a good experience to it. So I don't necessarily want that attention away. And I don't want them to feel bad about having not a great, because like we know we're new to this kind of thing. So they always say your first game is your worst game, and I would probably, I hope to agree.
I've made a couple games before. I totally understand that as well. It's like such a surreal experience. You're like, I made this and someone's actually playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's when something goes right, that's like it's very emotionally overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's like so Howling Woods, designing the maps, and I ran people through the maps, so the mazes basically. And I never claimed to be some sort of maze expert or anything. I just build a maze. And Hannah would play them through, and then if she got through the maze too easily, I'd go in and change something and not tell her. So when she was testing the next time, she'd be like, hang on a second.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
What have you done to me?
and so kind of to see people, kind of the maps working, I guess the maze working was really, really amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing, yeah. Very good. So no, and I think Twitch has been just such a supportive environment, even when people aren't enjoying the games either. Like, we've had a couple of people who've done really good streams who just didn't get the game or didn't enjoy the game, and I think the value in that is actually huge, because it's a matter of going, okay, well, I understand why. Although I will say, one of the first pieces of feedback we got was from Hannah's brother, who said that the mazes were a bit too mazy.
Too much maze.
Too much maze in the maze game.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
I think he was one of the first people to play it.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's really good. Too much maze.
There's too much maze. And it's like, it's
a labyrinth. What do you expect?
Yeah. But again, it's like I literally just came from another stream where green-haired gamer is playing Howling Woods, and she's currently
for the first time.
Yeah, she's currently trapped in the one of the catacombs or something, and I'm like, this is it's hard to watch sometimes going back to this stuff. And it's also like, it's fun where people like pulling their hair out and stuff and saying this is, and it's when I was a little bit too good at some of the stuff. But that's, and this is why we're doing the recursed version, which is to bring it to the standard that we want. We're not abandoning the game as our first game. That's one of the big things that we always knew going in, was that we would produce the game, get it out the door, and then come back and kind of polish it up to a standard that we were happier with as we learnt, and as we got feedback and the experiences people had and stuff.
And we've learned so much from watching people play it, like the things that they like about it, the things that they don't, where they get stuck. One of the most interesting things that I have found is that a lot of people that we've spoken to have been streamers, and they get really stressed out about the timer because they need to pause to check their chat or talk or something. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad feature. It just means that it is playable for people who want a challenge. But also, if we want to make it more cozy, then we can have the option to toggle off the timer. So it's just interesting that...
Which is your first exclusive. The Recursed edition will allow you to play in cursed version, which is got with the timer, and you actually are able to play without the timer.
Yeah.
And just wander through the wood.
That's actually pretty cool. I remember my first playthrough of the Curse of the Howling Woods. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to get this in 2 hours. And then I got there, like, I'm like, yes, this is so exciting because it's like that thrill. I've never actually not made it in 2 hours, so I've never seen what happens after the 2 hours. So, but yeah, I
look,
do.
and, we've had, and so like everyone's mileage varies with that type of element. Like I got a text message at midnight one night from a person I know who just went, I turned into a werewolf. No other context apart from that, and I was like, okay, I think I know what's happening.
Yeah.
So
good.
Yeah. So it's kind of
Also, that's the only person I know that has turned into a werewolf.
Oh no, I've had a couple of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the 2 hours is
I mean,
like
it was never
very
designed
generous.
to be. It was never designed to be overly frustrating because we wanted that kind of. We want you to experience it. We don't want you to just pull your hair out and go, "What is going on?" But yeah. So it's good that there is some ramifications of not making it, and some people do get lost in those catacombs.
I was so lost my first time playing it. I do love.
I made it better and worse this time around, which is interesting because you've got a lot more space to get lost in, but it's not as windy or labyrinthy. There's a lot more. You can kind of you can breathe a little bit more, so you're not just turning around corners constantly. It's not as dungeon crawler as that, but. Yeah.
There's more space to run from the enemies too. So if you're a runner away, then you can actually just zoom away.
Yeah. That sounds amazing. Honestly, I think right now would probably be a good time to insert in the video that you guys created of the Recursed edition. This is exclusive, guys. This is never seen before footage of the Recursed edition of the Curse of the Howling Woods. So let me pull that up here. I'm just going to do something so that way. Let's see here. I should have it here somewhere. Ah, there it is. All right. And I'll pause it. There we are. Alright, so I'm going to full screen it here, and I'm going to turn on my camera again. So that way we have that. Alright, guys, this is the Curse of the Howling Woods Recursed Edition by Raguthra Sudios. Let's take a look at that. Look at that. Alright, we'll rewind it just a bit. And hit that play button. Oh, we've got the sign. We've got the trail number. Enter at your own risk. All visitors must sign the register. Authorities accept no responsibility for injury, disappearance, or permanent transformation. I didn't see a register. This is off to a great start. I see that you guys tweaked the sign just a little bit. And then, oh, there's a note nailed to the sign. Beware, pumpkins ahead. They bite. Also bats. They also bite. Everything in here bites, actually. You've been warned. The previous idiot who came this way. Look at that Raguthra humor right there. I could take the note with me, but I don't really see the point. I wonder who the previous idiot was. Probably cleaned Eudora's gutters for her. Couldn't have been the stump. If you've licked one side, you've... Who wants to lick a side?
So a really good example of how we're changing the interactions. Which is, again, people love the interactions, so we've actually lent really heavily into that. So it's a callback to the click and point adventure games. The point and clicks, actually, I'll get it right. So yeah, it's definitely kind of a lot richer in the story as far as those things are concerned.
The characters get more screen time.
Yeah.
I do like how you kind of had the ability to like go around the pumpkin without being immediately engaged in combat. That was something that was a little frustrating. It's like, oh no, there it is. I
Yeah.
kind of have to avoid it really, really hard there.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, that tree was hiding
That
the end there. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's about fulfilling some of those promises of kind of, yeah, we had good intentions with the first fighting elements, but again, this is very early on in kind of working stuff like that out, and it was just yeah, I mean,
playtesting showed what was actually going to work for that combat system.
well, even going back and working the combat system out a little bit better, type of thing. That was really, really important, and being able to kind of bring the enemy AI back to a central point instead of following you infinitely and stuff like that. So it's all those little things and one of the things that actually, and what I love is we've got this little kind of community of streamers that, you know, are obviously a big part of it. And one of your comments was in the Spaceship Down demo where you couldn't stare at the blinky light or the warning light, and you were disappointed there was nothing around that. And I think that's actually been a really big driving force in the back of my head when I kind of start building the games, is that everything in the Howling Woods now is kind of clickable. You want to stare at a rock, you can stare at a rock. You might get chastised by me in the game, but it's definitely, yeah, that whole idea of kind of giving you the freedom to kind of waste your time too, and stuff like that. So the community's helped us massively in not even knowing it in some cases. So like an offhand comment like, oh, I would have thought I would have been able to stare at the emergency light, and it's like literally in the redevelopment of that game, the emergency lights become clickable, but also in any of our games now, it's a matter of going through that and saying, well, it's a normal thing, like a fire hydrant or whatever, I don't care. Yeah, you'll go click on it, type of thing, and of course people want to look at things, and people will miss things, so that's great too. So
yeah, exactly. Like, I love the Indiana Jones reference with the whip and the hat in the Howling Woods. I was kind of disappointed when I clicked on the hat and nothing happened.
Yeah. That was, you know what? That's developer laziness in that I don't want to add a hat to the model. Otherwise, I would have said it. But also, I didn't. Yeah, you've got to also, these references. You've got, I can't make him Indiana Jones.
No, you can't. But maybe just a reference like, well, the ball hit someone before me or something. I wonder who wore this hat before or something like that. I was looking for either I could wear the hat or just some lore behind it or something, you know?
Yeah.
So,
look, and this is the thing. What's been a big technical point of view for me is building the engines that drive the way that we do our storytelling. So what would have been a simple interaction kind of module before has now been built out that it's a minimum X amount of steps module that has pre-built for every interaction. So every interaction that we kind of click in there now will have like 5 steps, and then for the person who wants to click 100 times, there's an Easter egg type of thing, because we get that and we see that, and having
me with the sponges.
Yeah. No, the sponges, 100%. Yeah, no, that's actually, the sponges were the thing to do that. People loved clicking those things, and so we kind of went, okay, well, that's a thing apparently. So that's a Raguthra thing now, and so that's actually been built into the DNA of the game, where when I'm building it, it's literally, there's a wizard there for me to put all my things into place every time I do an interaction. So you will get the people who, and how many times you need to click to get the Easter egg version of it. I'm not saying.
Yeah. I think it's really got solidified in the Fractured Library demo too, because we
the flowers.
The flowers. That's another story that we'll get to. But in our building interactions, we Lee in particular, that's when he started doing those like mystery amount of clicks to get the Easter egg, and pretty much every interactable object has that Easter egg line of text at the end, and it's probably Kayak saying something sassy or a bit of lore or something. And I don't remember watching anyone actually get to them all, but there's so much in there to go and find if you click on everything a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But we had one. We watched one stream, and this lady, she picked over 100 flowers just to find out what happened if it went over 99. So we're sitting there just like, doot, 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 doot.
And you got to remember too, we've watched about 100 of these streams too at this stage.
So
Access was really great for us because so many people played it, and and so we're tired, and she just keeps clicking this thing, and I'm like, this is why I need to put in some barriers with some of this stuff. One, to give her a payoff.
Yeah.
This is the thing, to give her a payoff, and also, that someone's prepared to do that. It's kind of like, oh yeah, cool.
People like to push. They like to push the boundaries and find out what you can do.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think I forget that when I'm writing the story, and I expect people just to go and play through it. And then I'm like, actually, no, it's people that we're making the game for. And they do weird stuff.
It's also they do. They 100% do, which is interesting. I think it's very much the stage kind of play mentality of no matter how many people there are on the stage, someone will be looking at you. So if you are playing a tree in the background, if you start scratching your nose, someone will see that, even though you're one of 50 people. So it's an idea around, if you put something on the screen, someone will want to click on it, or someone will see it, and even if not everyone sees it, someone will. So giving the ability to live in that enriched world, that's one of our philosophies. So yeah.
Oh, for sure. For anyone just tuning in, we are interviewing Hannah and Lee from Raguthra Sudios. They are the people behind The Curse of the Howling Woods. They also have 2 other games in development. They have Spaceship Down, as well as Fractured Library. Both of those, I played through both those demos. They're absolutely amazing. We actually just looked at what they're also redoing their first game, Curse of the Howling Woods. They're going to be re-releasing it to everyone who already has it. They're not doing an enhanced edition and charging extra money or anything like that. It's literally free to everyone that has it. And we're actually going to be doing a giveaway for that game. We're actually doing a couple of those giveaways for that game with some Steam keys, so you guys can get their very first game, and then when they finally finish the Recursed edition, they're only a small team, so it may take a little bit of time. You guys get the upgraded edition for free, and I'm really excited for the Recursed edition. I am like chomping at the bit.
I can't wait for people to get into it, because it is that kind of payoff. I think of it's almost like doing that thing where you played a game back in the day and then they've re-released it, but it's now got better graphics and etc. But they've kept I'm hoping that it keeps the vibe of it all and stuff like that. I think this close it will. But yeah.
Sorry, I just kind of cut you off there, but I know Steam has released this new feature where you can have like different branches and stuff like that. Are you going to take the Legacy one and put it in that branch so people can still play the Legacy edition if they so choose?
And I have thought about that. We probably will leave it there. There's no reason for us not to. It's not something. And I'm certainly not ashamed of the game. As I say, it's she's a bit raw, and I love that element to it. So that's about our heritage. But I mean, I think probably what will happen is the game itself will probably go onto maybe our website or something like that, and anyone can kind of play the version of it if they want, because it's a legacy thing. So yeah, it's definitely going to be available. We're not kind of shuttering it. I'm not George Lucas and saying you cannot watch the first Star Wars in its original format because I like the new pretty version. So that's no, definitely, yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's awesome. Yeah, I love when developers actually keep at least have the first version available, so that way people can still see where you came from.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh, look, and this is the thing, and the reason why we're doing the kind of we're not charging for the upgrade or anything like that, is very much that we respect the people who gave it a go in the first place, knowing full well it's our first game, knowing full well that it'll be a bit raw. People gave it a go, played it, were often very kind. Often very fair. So any criticism is fair. So yeah, I just think it would be disrespectful to kind of come back and go, well, yeah, thanks for all that. I've learned so much, and I can make the game so much better now. But pony up some dough for that. It's like, no, it's not what it's about. That's super uncool.
That's awesome. Yeah. So we've talked a little bit about that and the Curse of the Howling Woods and everything like that. I want to know a little bit about each of you and your role in the company of Raguthra Studios. So if you guys just kind of want to reintroduce yourselves in your own fashion, what you do at Raguthra, and how you got involved with Raguthra Studios.
Oh, all right. I'll go. Lee needs a break. Also, you just needed a drink, that's all. I need to say, just like as a story, we played SingStar last night, and I nearly lost my voice. And so I feel like it still feels a bit funny. It's a bit too much singing. Anyway, so just, yeah. Anyway, so I'm Hannah. I am the CEO of Raguthra. That's what's on my LinkedIn, and I get a lot of LinkedIn requests from people who want to work for us. And I'm like, well, it looks very fancy to be a CEO, but we are a very small team. So, but my role in the company is, at the moment, it's a lot of roles. So game development aside, I look at promotional opportunities. I do our finances. What else do I do? I don't know. Socials.
Everything I'm bad at.
Everything Lee's bad at.
Yeah.
I do, and it just so happens that I really like doing those things. So that's where my strengths are.
It always helps when you like it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, part of the reason Raguthra came about is that we're both, so I think it's fair to say we're on the spectrums.
Oh yeah, I'm officially there now. So.
Yeah, well, that's right, you are too, and yeah. So our particular spectrums fit really well together.
Yeah,
as two people.
Complementary.
So yeah, so we wanted a safe place, not to overuse the term, but we wanted a safe working environment that wasn't out to get us because of our quirks or whatever type of thing, and actually recognize that some of them are, again, not to be that person who kind of goes, oh yeah, my autism is my superpower type of thing, and often it's not a superpower in a lot of situations. We wanted to kind of really focus on some of that stuff, and be able to kind of be us and also benefit from those elements.
Yeah, be able to actually harness the positives of it rather than trying to bury it for other people's comfort in a more structured corporate environment with normies. So it's gone really well. Like
it has.
It's starting an indie studio is hard and it takes a long time, and we're a year and a half in, and it is challenging on so many levels. But I have watched Lee grow as a developer from almost no game development experience to building in Unity and making his own framework in Unity in a year and a half, and I think that is really, really amazing.
That is amazing.
And Lee hates this because he hates compliments, but loves them.
It's a horrible.
No, he loves them, but
it's a horrible connection here.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone in chat, make sure to compliment Lee.
No, please don't. Please don't. No. Yeah, please don't.
But I feel like being able to watch Lee's brain work in the way that it works the best is just so wonderful. To know that there's a place for our brains to be able to do what they do best and achieve things and grow as a company is just amazing. And that's really what Raguthra is about. Like it's about trying to build something up so that we can bring something positive into the world, bit of escapism, because literally that's all we can do for it right now. And maybe just look after our immediate family and friends, and that's, for us, that's looking after each other in a work situation, and that's like we can control our immediate influence, and that's really nice.
Yeah. And I think for us, it's been a matter of like, and yes, to kind of explain some of my quirks is to quiet my brain. I need to present it with things that are challenging,
complex problems to solve.
And I'm not incredibly smart at all. I didn't unfortunately get that element of it. I got I'm interested in things, and I'm interested in the world and the universe and people and experiences and stuff. And what I used to do is I used to pull up quantum physics things that I have no idea about. Please no one get the impression that I'm looking at algorithms and whatever, and I'm not. But I literally, the concept of time and whatever, I like to think about that to quiet my mind. And so game development became a way for me to implement a career which has been very much about engagement online and with digital products and stuff like that. And so I've done a lot of research into the kind of biological basis of behavior when it comes to how we interact with stuff. And in the past, I've used that in marketing, which I loved, but also I hate at the same time, because I do think that marketing is one of the worst inventions humanity's ever produced. And whilst I can appreciate marketing for what it is, it also creates so many more problems than it should. And that's a long history, and I won't go into it. But so the idea of knowing kind of what humans respond to and how we encourage people without them knowing that they're being encouraged and stuff like that lent itself really well to the idea of building a video game. It's like, how do we encourage someone to go through a map, or how do we encourage whatever type of thing, and so information foraging is one of my huge pet kind of concepts. I love that concept of this idea that humans, when they look at, say, a web page, they'll look for information like an animal forages for food, and they'll see indicators that there's more food here, so blah blah blah. I won't get too much into it, but it's
this is what happens. This is what happens when you hit that hyper focus. Am I right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So, Lee, you still haven't introduced yourself and what you do at Raguthra, although you definitely explained some of that, and how you got involved with the studio.
Yeah. Okay, so I am. What's my official title?
You are
the creative director or something.
Creative director.
Yeah, the chief creative director. Which was great. Because it was just the position I wanted. Hannah and I chatted about who should be the lead person, because we need someone to step up to that.
And I was like, Lee, you should do it. And Lee was like, I don't want to be in the public eye. And I was like, me either. And then I was like, okay, maybe I'll do it.
But she's so good at it.
And now I really like it.
She's very good at it. So it's cool. Look, the way I came to this is a bit of a sad story. I have worked in particularly toxic work environments.
That's where we met.
That's where we met. They ground me down over the years because I have, so elements of my personality. Some people hate it. It's just anyone who's on the spectrum or ADHD will know the exact story that I'm telling without me telling it. So it is what it is. I don't harbor anything, angry or I just don't have that in me. Hannah gets more angry on my behalf sometimes.
I hold it dear all the time.
Yeah, whereas I don't. It's just like I It's fine. So what happened was I got really burnt out. Like I gave 120% to things and people that I shouldn't have. And that just emptied it. It just emptied the bag. There was nothing left. And so it got very broken. And then started rebuilding, and Hannah and I would chat and we'd joke about things. And one day we were talking about, I think Hannah was still...
I was still working at that place.
Yeah.
And I was having a bad time, as you would in a place like that when you're neurodiverse. And Lee was like... I should have pinned this conversation so I could read it. But he said something, I said, oh, these people are doing this again. And he said, don't pay them any attention. They're just blind followers of Raguthra.
Or the Eye of Raguthra.
The Eye of Raguthra. Yeah. So then I thought it was a reference that I didn't understand because there's a lot of those. So I'm Googling it. I don't think I've told Lee this story. So I'm Googling Raguthra, and all I could find is one really obscure fan art called Raguthra from DeviantArt from 2007. And I'm like, that can't be what he's talking about. And so then I realized, oh, Lee's making up a story to tell me. So then we're just chatting, and he's just telling me this whole story of these townsfolk who blindly worship this thing and they think it's going to fix them, but it actually doesn't have their best interests at heart, and it doesn't, it's not going to help them at all. And it became such an in-joke that when we started this together, we were like, it'll be called Raguthra. That's...
People blindly following your studio. I see how it is.
Yeah, and it became a weird, it's our logo, all that type of stuff. So there was a game at one stage that was sketched out to be around that. A couple of games actually about that experience. But yeah, and so I
honestly, I'd love a town building game with Raguthra eye and stuff like that. That'd be kind of fun.
Well, the eye does feature in things, so it's more of a star and everything at this stage. But yeah, so I kind of looked at my skill set, knew I didn't want to be in marketing anymore, knew I didn't really want to do any of that stuff, and knew that I kind of, if I was going to work for an idiot, I wanted it to be this idiot. And now you're the CEO, so that's funny.
So now you're working for that person.
So then, it was a matter of Hannah and I were chatting one day, and I said I should really, because I had always toyed with the idea of game development, and I'd actually built an asteroids clone. In something, I can't remember what, but I kind of did that as just a hobby thing, just to keep the brain quiet. And we just chatted about it, and we said, maybe we should, I've always been an illustrator to some degree, and I've always wanted to write comics, and I've always wanted to do that type of stuff. And the thing was that I never quite had the skill set for it, or the attention span, blah, blah, blah. But video games incorporate every kind of arrow in that quiver. So there's a visual thing, the storytelling, there's the experience side of things, so the UX kind of experience and all that type of stuff. And the technical.
Can we pause for just a second? We just had a raid from the Green Hair Gamer. Thank you so much for the thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. I am Tux2. I am a cozy gamer. This is my 7th affiliate anniversary stream, and today we are interviewing Hannah and Lee from Raguthra Sudios, the people that made The Curse of the Howling Woods. And looking at what you were playing, you were just playing The Curse of the Howling Woods. How was your stream? What is there something that you would like to tell the developers of the game? And
did you get out of the catacomb?
And thank you so much for coming here and having fun and bringing your community and trusting your community. I tracked down Lee. They popped in earlier. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I got a sneak peek, and I just again, it's like watching someone play the game is so rewarding.
It is.
But at the same time, I'm like, oh, there's so much coming. It's so exciting that you'll get to play the new version, and hopefully it'll be a better experience, or just a different one.
You made it with 19 minutes and 49 seconds left to spare before you came a Wolfie. Yay!
Yeah.
I remember my first time in The Curse of the Howling Woods. It was very, it was kind of stressful, but also at the same time, it was kind of like, we need to get to this end, and stuff like that. Otherwise, we're going to have to play the game again to get to the end, because of course we have to get to the end. So, yeah, that's awesome.
Then the mushrooms happen.
Oh, those
Terrible.
mushrooms! The bane of my existence and
The
everyone's
mushrooms
existence.
will be in the new version. I already have got updated sprites for them, and yeah, they're
Are
an
they going to
important
be?
part.
Are they going to be as aggressive as the mushrooms in the first edition?
I'm afraid they are.
I thought it was gonna be
Yeah,
lots over.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
same
they're my
here.
last door. I can't. And people's reactions to getting hit by a mushroom was too good to not try and replicate. I know it makes me no friends, and it's fine. But yeah, it's too good an experience to for me not to keep that element of it.
Yeah, I did see that, Boops. We just had a lot of things going at the same one. Let's go. I get to use the meme one. Thank you so much for subscribing with Prime, Boops. We just had a lot of things happen at the same time. Really appreciate you guys. But yes, thank you so much for coming in. We do have ads in a couple of minutes. Unfortunately, since we are in the middle of an interview, we can't exactly pause. But if you do have a sub, you can always watch through it. And we will have the VOD out as well. We'll probably just talk about fluff stuff during the ads. That way you guys don't miss anything really too important. So, yeah. But yes, welcome in, Green Hair Gamer. If you need to raid and run, go for it. We understand the after stream care over here. Streaming is a lot of fun, but also at the same time, you can get really drained from that. So if you need to, go ahead, do your thing, do your after stream care. If this is your after stream care, then sit back, enjoy the stream, enjoy the interview over here as well. This is Hannah and Lee's first debut in person on Twitch. And it's on my channel. I feel so honored and absolutely ecstatic that they accepted my request to interview them. So yeah. All right.
And another good example of the difference between Hannah and I is that I had no idea we were doing this until late last night, except I did know, but I didn't at the same time. Hannah's like, "Oh, we're doing this tomorrow," and I'm like, "Are we?
Yes,
did we tell Lee about this?" But yeah, we did. No, I'm sure we did.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. We're both here now.
I was like, "Oh, could you record a video for tomorrow?" And I'm like,
"What's tomorrow?"
"Sure. What's tomorrow about?" It's like, "Oh, we're going Tux's thing." And I'm like,
"Yeah,
I know Tux, but
yeah." Yes.
So we were just talking about kind of the dynamics of the team.
Yeah. Oh, for
I
sure.
think saying how you came to Raguthra.
Yeah.
And then me joining in, like I was just in a really transient place in life in general, and I was just thinking like there's got to be more to life than sitting in an office where I feel like I'm being hunted for sport. So I that's when I was like, yeah, let's just do this together. Like, and now I'll be your boss. And yeah. It's gone pretty well.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's always amazing when a duo actually works really well.
I think it's been really interesting because Hannah and I, even when we first met, we clicked as friends. People kind of people read into that.
They do.
There's a significant age difference here. We are very, very good friends. Yeah, it was kind of, we just knew kind of what each other were thinking and stuff like that, and it's been really supportive and great. And I've got to say about the age difference in our kind of in the business itself, it's been really fascinating because Hannah obviously brings a whole different perspective that I don't have, and I have a different perspective as well. And I actually think this is one of the greatest advertisements for that idea of generational kind of
diversity in a business.
Yeah.
It's for sure. What is the age difference between you two?
17 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know with me and my best friend, we're 10 years apart. So
I have a great story for this. I wonder if I can
Uh-huh.
grab it from here. Terrible. Castle game.
Yeah, that's
So okay, so this is the given. So this is a PC game that a friend of mine borrowed from me back when I was a teenager, and he literally returned it to me about 2 months ago, which is amazing.
Is it 5 1/4 inch or 3.5 inch floppies?
It's 5. Well, it's actually, I think it's got the 5 1/4. I only had the 3 1/4, but it has to have the 5 1/4 in there. So a bit of a story on that. In that I had a Tandy 1000 computer, which has the 3.5, and so whenever everyone would buy games, no one else had the 3.5 inch drive. So I used to score 3.5 inch discs all the time, and then I would, in the same time, I would give back, these discs, which are 5.5, 5.5, 5 1/4. I would. Yeah. So these are floppy disks. Now, Hannah has never seen one of these before.
That was
This is her first time seeing a floppy disk.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought those little ones, the harder ones, were the floppy disks.
So so first off, my wife, who's exactly the same age as me, I'm like, yeah, our adopted daughter here has got problems. We need to do something. We need to educate her.
We need to put
no
her.
idea why they're called floppy disks. Yeah.
It's just a little history here. 5 1/4 are actually the smaller of the floppy disks. You also have 8-inch disks, and I think there are even 10-inch disks before that.
Wow.
So
real to real.
Yes, there was real as well. Yes, and then you also had cassettes.
Cassettes on the Commodore.
Yes. I'm not quite that old. I'm just old enough to have used the 5 1/4 inch, but yeah.
I am literally that old, so I'm aware of that. I had an incredibly great time for computers and computer games and stuff like that.
Put the disc in, flip the thing down.
I relish it. It's something that I'm not. I'm actually really comfortable being very close to 50. It's not a. I kind of, it's a generational thing too. I'm Gen X, so there's this whole thing which goes around TikTok and stuff about, Gen X looks like they're 20 years younger than they are, which not the case for me, but anyway. But acting like, I remember 50-year-olds when I was a kid, and there was old people who were decrepit and whatever type of thing. And it's just society is this kind of. You still have so much more left in the tank type of thing, which is so exciting to come in and change careers. But also, again, I've outsourced youngness. So that's fantastic too. Because so Hannah will come and explain TikTok terms to me, and I'm just so typical. I'm so bad.
A real young person though, because there are still things that I have to Google now. Like I'm aging out of the time of just knowing what young people things are. So I'd be like, what does this emoji mean? Do I have to delete this one? Like there's a lot of things that I work in.
Oh, keeping up with Gen Alpha slang is a full-time job. Like skibidi really toilet based based Ohio things,
Yeah. I'm like, I don't understand any of this.
Skibidi toilet is one of my. It's just I love that as a benchmark of things I don't understand. Like I know what it is and I get it. But I also at the same time I'm like. If you told me, like, this is the thing, futurists who talk about the future and patterns and where we're going and stuff like that. If you told me 30 years ago that at one stage the youth of the world would be devoted to watching 15-minute videos of heads in toilets fighting each other, I would be like,
it is such brain rot.
I don't believe any of that. So
and then, of course, there's the 6'7" meme. Boops just brought that one up as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had that explained to me in quite a bit of detail because I did have trouble wrapping my head around that. But I think that's okay. I think it's what you want.
Yeah. What does 6-7 mean? Nothing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I like our conversations with Lee's wife Tracy, and her and I will often be on the same page as a lot of things, and then Lee's there as our token old man, and he's like, "What's that? What's that mean?" We're just like, "Lee, it's this," and then he's like, "Oh." It's good.
Yeah, I can start talking about myself in third person just to get it down pat. So it's like, we don't like that. Yeah. Yeah, look, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's really, what an exciting time to be alive, and just there's heads in toilets fighting each other. There's kids yelling. Well, see, this is the thing. I love the meme of Beavis and Butthead. They go, oh, kids today doing 6-7, what rot, and then they show, Beavis or Butthead, whichever one it is, going, I am Cornholio, I need TP for my bunghole, and running around like that. And it's like, oh yeah, no, we were real sensible. So,
yeah, exactly. Every generation had its memes.
We didn't have brain rot at all.
Back in the day, it was all from like TV shows and stuff like that. Because internet wasn't a thing. Now, with the internet,
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's again, it is that full thing about there's so much to learn from the different generations.
Exactly.
And it's definitely not a. I don't think it's I'm just so impressed with kind of what kids are kind of doing now, like Minecraft, Roblox, these type of things, which you could dismiss really easily, but the creativity that goes into a lot of this stuff is just incredible. And I just think that it's really, it's really amazing. Yes, there are downsides, but I think that's also
everything's got a downside.
Yeah. I think overall, I don't fear new technology or new kind of elements of stuff. I know that there's a Skibidi Toilet movie in production, or there was talks of it, or someone at least given money to someone to say, hey, do you want to make a movie? And I'm like, I'm kind of there for it.
I didn't know that against.
All right, so our next question comes from the community. It's been asked a couple times.
Cool.
People want to know where you're based out of and what games have you made and are making.
All right, we are based out of Tasmania in Australia. So we are right at the bottom of Australia on a little island, and it is really nice here. Like it's got its problems, but it's not too hot. It's not too cold. The population is small enough that you don't have all those really awful traffic problems, and in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty affordable, which is amazing. So I feel very lucky to live here, and it's not too far to go to the rest of Australia for a holiday and things like that. So we work and we're housemates, so we've seen a lot of each other, and we work from our little office room. And the games that we've made, do you want to do that bit?
What do you mean? Our games?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So what we've worked, so we've got 3 titles that we're working on. Howling Woods was the first game to actually be published, and that was really exciting, really important for us to get something on the board, and everything else we've been kind of wanting to do it justice, and so there's been a bit of kind of catching up. And Spaceship Down, I said to Hannah the other day, if I redesign that Cryo Bay one more time, I'm going to just abandon the entire project. I can't do it again.
Oh no, you better not abandon it. Your fans want it.
I know. It's my dream project, and I've just accepted the fact at this stage that it's every time I say, oh, it's going to be out by third quarter or something like that, that it's a lie. That it is going to be that epic that shows up in 3 or 4 years, and hopefully everyone goes, what a great experience, was worth the wait. If they don't, it's fine. It's my dream project, so I'm taking my time with it, and I'm not trying to just knock something out really quickly. Fractured Library, which a lot of people know of now because of the Kickstarter, and we had such a great showing at
Next Fest.
is Hannah's game. So we were kind of wanted to do that thing where we're kind of solo developers, but we support each other. And,
we've got the whole sci-fi fantasy split down the middle, which I think is really great for like audience saturation. Like,
I like both. So
yeah.
And the thing is the sci-fi fantasy thing. Split Fiction did a really good job of doing both. So honestly, I think that's a great combination.
Yeah.
Oh, look, and it's nice to be able to, like for me, it's really, really nice to support Hannah and getting her story brought to life, the vision of it and type of thing. And I think when we were talking about the Kickstarter, so a bit of Raguthra history too. We had Michelle working with us for a while, and Michelle's she's a streamer. Rezgal, how we pronounce?
I can't.
Yeah.
Erezkigal? Erez.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah. The one with the chicken.
Yeah, chicken lady. Yeah. I can just refer to her as chicken lady. But Michelle, she came on and she brought this amazing energy and everything. And unfortunately for Michelle, her circumstances changed. And one of our elements of the business was that it's never a burden on someone.
Yeah.
And so there was a kind of a really horrible situation where we kind of just we all had to have a chat and say, look, and everyone was on the same page. And Michelle, nothing but love for Michelle. She's just an amazing person. And what she's going to doing with herself right now is amazing too. So I highly recommend going and checking that out. But yeah, we had this conversation about what we were doing with Kickstarter and whether or not we would do Kickstarter. And we were always a bit anti it, but we were also not anti it. Like the thing that we're mainly anti is probably government support.
Yes. I
Just
don't want the government to touch us in any way.
Yeah, we went through the process and looked at kind of government grants and stuff, and we were like, it was so many hoops. And really directed at some certain elements that we went, no, I'm not doing it.
They were diversity fishing. And while I appreciate that they are including people, I feel like there comes a point where they are using it. They're not actually helping people who are diverse. They are using it for their own gain. And I thought that was really dirty. So we will not be accepting government grants.
I mean, if they show up at the door with a bag of money, I mean, okay, we'll talk. But I mean, they're here already, and they've got the bag of money already. I mean, what are you going to do?
How big the bag is.
Yeah, it depends on how big the bag is. I can spot it. So as they walk up the driveway, I'll be like,
Lee's like the sniffer for this, like the sniffer dog. He can smell the money coming.
Yeah. I want to see that. Show me the money first, and then we'll talk. Because I'm also not stupid. But no, we kind of so we talked about Kickstarter, and then we talked about what game would actually go on there. And Fractured Library was, we'd done a fair bit of demo work inside. And this is the kind of weird thing where you kind of do that whole thing of, well, Spaceship Down's got its demo already. Fractured Library didn't have a demo at that stage, but it had a lot of work done inside. And that's what a lot of stuff you don't see. And it's hard to kind of share some of that stuff because it's like we'll have paper and boards and all this sort of stuff. So we went, look, let's go Fractured Library. We'll do that because I think that's, and Hannah was kind of very kindly going, oh, but you've already done all this work with Spaceship Down and stuff. And it's like, yeah, but I'm not, it doesn't take away from me as far as there's no kind of ego there about if your game comes out before that or anything like that. So we started playing around with that, and then I'm saying, well, look, how far everything I've learned on Howling Woods and everything I've done on Spaceship Down went into that kind of demo and brought it to its higher level. So we got a really amazing we're not that story where they got $2 million from Kickstarter. We got what we asked for, which was amazing in itself.
14% more, and I still pinch myself.
I am still ecstatic that you guys the fact that you put the cat as a stretch goal. I'm going, there better be the cat in there. I wish I could put more down.
Yeah.
So good.
So so that was actually really reaffirming. And I can't stress the positivity of it. Just all of that was just amazing, and really drove us. And so it's one of those kind of situations now where, yes, I'm redoing Howling Woods, but I'm redoing Howling Woods in order to serve Fractured Library. So every improvement that's made in Howling Woods' remastered version is something that goes into the new game. And so the path doesn't necessarily look like one of our big things at the start of talking about Kickstarter was I don't want to be featured on one of those YouTube videos in 5 years' time, saying, you know, these people just took the money and ran. It's just because you see so many of them and it's like, how? So it was always, we will make this game anyway. It's not going to be, you know, this makes our life easier. This makes it more viable. I wasn't expecting the boost it gave us just from a feedback point of view or just a buy-in point of view.
The amount of support and love you get from a Kickstarter is absolutely amazing, and the community and stuff. I know with me working on Riftopia and everything like that, you know, there's this huge community and they're behind your game and you're just like, where did you guys come from?
So cool.
We tell that all the time, and the side stories that we get from people who are just bought into the imagination of it, and I'm just, you know, I'm so proud of Hannah's story, and I'm so happy to be part of building the foundation for that, of bringing that to life. That there's no, I've always been a very egocentric, I think narcissistic, kind of self-focused. I've got main character vibe inside me. I know that.
Main character syndrome.
No, it's just I'm aware of it. So it's I temper it a little bit. But what I found was with this game, I'm just so proud to be able to work on it, not have my name all over it and stuff like that. It's a purity that I've really enjoyed, and so it's about doing the story justice because it's a great story. And Hannah writing that story for the demo instead of just doing, hey, here's some gameplay, was a real revelation on that as well.
Going through and everything, and I actually did the second playthrough because first one I didn't find my book. I'm like, I'm like, what if I don't pick up the trash and I just pick up the pages and nothing special happens? I'm like, okay, they're gonna watch this though, and they'll know that there's probably something there for them to do, you know, talk about. So,
and it's very proof of concept. That's the beauty of it. And people who that were really great, and some people didn't get that. That was fine because then it adds to the kind of element. 100%. This was more. I think this was a vibe game.
More of a vibe check to see how people responded to the demo.
And so collecting bits and pieces and fragments was, you know, good. And I think the humor was kind of trying to get Hannah's humor across without being too diluted by my own kind of stuff. But then we've established very much, again, the Raguthra tone. This has to be a Raguthra game. And that's been really good too, to kind of define, well, not really even define it, but we want you to play Fractured Library and maybe not be interested in sci-fi, but be able to go, you know what, I want to play another Raguthra game. So I'll wear the sci-fi nerd references from the other one, just to have that experience again. And I like
that. So talking about sci-fi nerd reference kind of stuff, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
You're a Trekkie, gotcha. I go with both, honestly. You know, they both.
I go with both. Don't get me wrong. I love Star Wars, but Star Trek was the thing that I grew up with. And I think it was literally, you have a choice when you're like, well, when you're my age and Empire Strikes Back is in the cinema. You have a choice. You have a choice at that stage of going, look, you know, do I go the Star Wars path as a child or do I go Star Trek? And I went Star Trek, and you know, I didn't have a great childhood. And Star Trek, I've definitely got the story of, you know, Star Trek being that guiding kind of element. So Star Trek for me, Star Trek original, Captain Kirk and all that is my bag. I enjoy the other stuff, but yeah, but Star Wars, I don't.
It's not bad. I struggle with this to choose. I only started watching Star Trek with Lee because he's like, you've got to watch this. I was like, okay. I can't get enough of it, honestly. Like, I love it so much. But then
which what Star Trek are you watching?
It's a bit raw to talk about right now, but we just finished watching Deep Space Nine.
That's the one I started watching. That was my first Star Trek.
Yep. So we watched from original, and we've just been doing it in chronological order. And it has been the best. Like, it's so good.
Now we have skipped Voyager, not because it's just that it's not on Netflix right now. So we jumped to Enterprise because I own the Blu-rays.
Yeah.
And we will go back to Voyager at some stage. Hannah has watched some Voyager, so we're not kind of criticizing that. But yeah, we're watching Enterprise right now, which has been really interesting seeing it through someone else's eyes.
Just wait until you get to Lower Decks.
Well, that's it. Yeah, once we get to the new Star Trek kind of stuff, and you know, the controversies or the whatever around that, and you know, what's the different vibe of it, and so that's going to be interesting in itself.
I also like, I have a really unpopular opinion of, I really like the prequels. They're my Star Warses. I like the first one. That's my favorite. I like Jar Jar Binks. And
I like Jar Jar Binks too. Unpopular opinion, I know, but Misa thinks Jar Jar Binks is amazing.
I think so too. So both of them. Like, also
I'm not a Puritan like that. You know, I'm not anti the prequels, and I'm not. You know, I love the original trilogy, but I'm also not. You know, I'm not religious about it. I really love The Mandalorian. I thought when they brought Mandalorian out, that actually rekindled my interest in Star Wars. And I think, yeah, that really helped me because I went away from Star Wars for a fair while. Like, I grew up with it as a kid and stuff, but yeah, The Mandalorian really shaped kind of me coming back to that whole thing and then really enjoying it and stuff. So, look, I just like good sci-fi. Like, I'll watch Stargate.
Stargate was awesome.
Yeah, Stargate, Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar.
I am such a fantasy girl when it comes to books. When it comes to movies, though, it's like I'll do fantasy, I'll do sci-fi. It's like all of these different genres. I know one of my friends, they got me into the Keys of the Kingdom series with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, stuff like that. It's actually a really good series. If you guys haven't read it, I highly recommend it. It's on Audible as well as Libby if your library has that. Or you could just get the regular books as well. So I listened to it in audio because I was doing stuff where I was on the go all day, so I couldn't sit down and read it. But it was so good. So yeah,
book recommend it.
Yeah,
Hannah's more fantasy than I am. I don't do the fantasy side of things.
Of course. So here's a question for you two. Will this interview get you guys starting to stream? This is from the community here.
Look, I'm not opposed to it. Yeah. Like, I'm actually having the best time. It is so nice. And it's a lot more comfortable than I thought it would be. But my biggest issue is, when would I do it? That's my only thing. Like, I just, it would be a time constraint thing more than anything.
Oh, for sure. But also at the same time, I am sure people would absolutely love a dev stream where you're just building the game and talk to them while you're building it. They get to see a little bit behind the scenes. It doesn't have to be often. It could be something that you kind of want to show off or something like that, and kind of show just the little nitty gritty too.
Co-working streams.
I think they're amazing. So what happens is I often will lurk in people's Twitch streams. I'm actually quite an avid watcher.
I am quite an avid lurker as well.
Yeah, you know, and occasionally I'll shout out and say, "Hey, I'm working while lurking." That's my ha 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 kind of thing that I use every time. So I really do enjoy those, and I enjoy it because I don't get a lot of chance to play a lot of the games too. So it gives me a really good chance to watch someone play a game, and learn kind of what they enjoy about it and stuff. And so games that particularly that I'm kind of just don't have time to put in the time, which is often, particularly for AAA games, you got to put in so much time. So it's always nice to dip in and watch someone play, and just listen to their conversation while I'm working. So it's something I have thought about of saying, oh, I don't mind. I can chuck a stream up and just chat to people while I'm doing it. That doesn't stress me too much. But yeah, it's definitely something I'd consider. Yeah. I mean, the barrier is so low now.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Like the tech's there to make it easy to kind of do it. And...
Yeah. Constellatio says Cly Entertainment occasionally does dev streams on Twitch. So
nice.
There are studios who do stuff like that on Twitch and everything. I know Marbles on Stream has done dev streams before. I've done dev streams before as well. And it's a really cool way to connect with your community in a different format, where they can see you're actively working on the game or the project that you're working on, and especially for like Kickstarter stuff like that, it really shows that the game is coming along, because I have yet to see a update on Kickstarter in over a month for The Curse of the Howling Woods. Actually, not The Curse of the Howling Woods. The Fractured Library, that's what it is. So it allows people.
Yeah, no, and it's interesting because we were literally talking about that this morning.
Yeah.
But the stream side of things, yeah. See, this is and that's the fun thing, because like with Fractured Library, it's like, because we're going into something else, but it's going towards Fractured Library. It's like one of those, we feel weird to kind of talk about Howling Woods on there. We're not promoting Howling Woods there.
Yes, you could talk about building the framework though for the game.
Yeah. So like you saw in the video, and anyone who joined late didn't get to see the video. So highly recommend coming back and watching the video again for the start.
There is a VOD and everything. They're starting about 20 minutes in for everyone trying to find the beginning of stream for where we start the interview.
So you saw the interaction stuff. Now that's standard now. So you'll see the tongue icon in Fractured Library. You'll be able to lick things.
I'm gonna lick everything. I want the lick everything achievement.
Yeah, I know 100%. That's where, and I'm controlling it at this stage. You don't get to choose the lick, because people will just walk around licking stuff. Because I just know that's what you do.
Yep. We will lick everything.
You would lick everything. Ooh, this tastes like a book. Very good. Very good.
Licking that was such a good idea.
Yeah. There is a wonderful line with Adora where you actually, the first test that I did with it was on the door of her house, that you're standing around and so you can knock on it, and and she's like, I'm clearly not home. I'm standing right here, idiot. And then what you do is you can click the lick, and she goes, did you just lick my door?
So good.
And you say,
talking about licking and things. I was running a D&D campaign one time, and one of my players is like, we're outside the wall to a city, right? And one of my players is like, can I lick the wall? I'm like,
this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
if I
of
give
course.
It, people say it. Yeah, no, it's 100%. Like, it's just, it's 100%. So if you get, so for the icons, we've got, you can sniff, you can lick, look, touch, listen, stuff like that. So it's added a new dimension to the game that, again, that multiple thing kind of clicks in. And I won't always use the last interaction to be the lick. Lick will come earlier in a lot of the things if you really want to go do that.
The sniff one, that makes me think about sniffing in an old library book and that smell.
That gives us so many options too, because kind of then what's happening. You know that the next interaction is going to be a smell, so you can either do that or you can keep going. And that smell side of things will come out a lot, which is cool. And I've already used it in the Howling Woods. So again, it's like this is going towards Fractured Library, and I think what we felt and this is where the time constraints come in, is I want to tailor that more to the Fractured Library audience rather than kind of just going blah, blah, blah type of thing. But no, we have to get better at that. And we've talked about that. So.
Yeah, because I know before the interview, I was like, I need to check the Kickstarter and see where it's at, see if they posted, stuff like that. I'm like, oh, it's been a little while. Well, maybe we could ask a few questions on the interview, you know?
Yeah, go for it. And then I'll write it all out and I'll post it up afterwards.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yes,
we'll just
yes.
Yeah.
Here's another question from the community over here. They ask, I got another question. How do they get ideas for games and such?
Oh, I think the biggest issue for us is stopping getting ideas for games. They kind of just happen. Like, I don't know how to describe the process, but we'll think about something. Oh, that would be a good game. That's a good game idea. Wouldn't this be fun for a game?
Yeah.
And it just kind of goes from there. Like it's not really a tangible idea searching to begin with. Like the idea, this is another exclusive for you. The idea for the game that I'll work on after Fractured Library, its working title is called Ghost Hotel, because I want to build a game that is just like in a very constrained space, because the world for Fractured Library is huge. It spans between different books, it spans between the forest, the inside, and I'm like, I would love to just tell a story within a building for once. Like, just get me out of the forest. So that I was like, well, what would happen in a hotel? Oh, I'd love to put a ghost in there. So it's going to be like a mystery sort of game.
And this sick idiot over here, who, of course, Spaceship Down is kind of that as well, in that confined... It's an open world within a confined space as well.
It's confined, but the ship is huge.
The ship is huge. It's ridiculous. I've got the tonnage of the ship. I know the details. I know how many rooms there have to be, and all of them make me go, "You're an idiot." Why do you say things like this? But the
why
thing
did you promise all the streamers their own room?
Well, there's so many rooms to fill. Trust me, it's fine. But yeah, with Hannah's game, she's saying, "Oh, I want to do this hotel," and I'm like, "Okay, I can get the blueprints of a hotel."
Yeah,
and
this is where it goes.
Put every room in the hotel.
Yeah.
I always have that thing of, I hate games that have something blocking you from being able to go somewhere. Now, obviously you need that to some degree, but like the idea of the hotel, if you're going to tell me that I can walk around the hotel, then I want to be able to walk around the hotel. I want to go to every room and stuff. So I want to go to the basement.
Where are the keys? You know, maybe you have a couple keys hidden or something, or they're misplaced, but eventually you'll get into every room.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the beauty of it, of that kind of element of... So for the game, for Spaceship Down was the game that I wanted to play. And I wanted to be expanded. So the idea was, and one of the greatest compliments I got was, it took Sierra online adventure games to a place where they didn't get to go originally. So things like you would interact with something and then you'd stop interacting with it and that was it. Whereas I do the minimum 5 interactions and you can keep doing stuff and then things will break and fall off or whatever type of thing.
I've never gotten stuff to break and fall off in the game before. Now I have to do that.
Yeah. Well, you keep fiddling with stuff and it'll eventually fall off. Was the joke. But yeah.
Oh no, I broke it even more. Now you need even more stuff to fix it.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted that element. I've wanted that almost sandboxy kind of, I'm trapped in a spaceship. I can go everywhere. How would I get out of the spaceship? And literally that's the experience I want to give someone. Howling Woods was a mini game originally to get something done. And the idea was, I think I'd watched The Wolfman.
Yeah, we watched the Universal.
Yeah.
Wolfman. Yeah.
And I went, I love that era of horror. And this idea, we were talking about cozy horror at one stage, and this idea of, if you watch the original Frankenstein, a guy in a suit comes out and says, hey, if you've got heart conditions, you might not want to watch this because it's pretty shocking. And of course, you go and watch Frankenstein, it's like, yeah, okay. people were shocked by stuff back then. That's just very, very calm. And but I love that. I love that vibe. And I thought, what a wonderful experience for someone who, because I know so many people, we call us Wikipedia horror fans. And what a Wikipedia horror fan is someone who's kind of into horror but can't watch the movies. And so we'll read the synopsis on Wikipedia, and go, oh yeah, cool. That sounds interesting. I'm glad I didn't watch that.
Me,
so
totally me.
Yeah, we're in good company.
Yeah, like Saw. Yeah, so I don't need to watch Saw, but I will. I'm interested because it's an idea, and I'll go read the synopsis and go, ooh, that sounds like it would have been awful.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, but put me in a zombie game or put me in front of a horror film, a proper horror film, like a really scary one, and I'm like behind the couch. Yeah. I'm not.
Dead by Daylight. I've played Dead by Daylight, but I can only do a couple hours before I'm like, okay, my heart has had enough.
I can't remember the stream I was on, but I'd never seen. I'd heard about it. I really wanted to be involved with it, but I watched someone play it, and that was fine for me. That was really good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I get too worked up. I'm the guy who. So the BioShock story for me is everyone raves about BioShock and how amazing it is story-wise and all that sort of stuff, and I agree. I'm sure it is. I played about 5 minutes of BioShock, and I played the game, so I've got the controller and everything like that, obviously. And I'm creeping down the first corridor, literally the first corridor. This is crap. I'm literally going, I wouldn't even walk in here. I'd get back in the sub. I wouldn't do this. So I'm creeping down there, and I see there's a lady with a pram, and she kind of looks freaky, and I'm going, that's not going to be a baby. That's going to be something weird. I'm not dealing with that. If I saw her in the street, I would cross the road, and I would not go down there. But of course, you got to go and deal with it. And so I'm like, oh, here we go. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah. And I'm walking along, and you've got a gun at that stage too, which it's the start of the game. She just goes, pulls back. I think there's a giant syringe or something in the. I don't know what was in there. I know it was freaky, and she was freaky, and she came at me, and I literally fumbled my controller. She jump scared me. I fumbled the controller and blew her head off. It was like a scene from a movie where they get scared and kill the baddie by accident. And I did that, and I just put it down. And I went, no. This is not going to be my calm. So I actually have the luxury. I know people go, that's crazy. And I'm like, no, I get really into these things. Like, I experience it. And that's a joy, but it's a little overwhelming. So I can't
I was on a friend's stream the other night, right? And there's an extension called Blurp where people can send sound files to the stream, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was late. It was like 2 a.m. where I was at. I was just sitting, vibing, doing my thing, listening to her stream in the background. So, of course, I wasn't even expecting the blurb to pop up or anything like that. I wasn't actively engaging. It was just background noise. All of a sudden, I hear this knock, and hey! And it sounded like it was from the next room, and I jumped. I threw my headphones off. I yelled at everything, like... I jumped 10 feet out of my chair. Yeah, no, it's like, no, there's someone in my house is what it felt like. It's because it sounded so realistic. It was right in my ears,
That's scary.
I hate that for you, but I love it for you too. Because it's that, like, people who kind of sit dispassionately playing kind of shoot 'em ups or whatever and stuff like that, and aren't kind of, it's a mechanism that they're doing.
Yes,
whereas I don't have that. I have that full kind of Last of Us. I'm like, I'm involved, and I actually really enjoy that element. Like, and I'm the same with movies and stuff like that. I'm a crier. I'll admit that. I'll watch. Like, it doesn't take much for me to be bawling my eyes out, and I kind of, again, I like that element of that. I really get involved with it. So,
if you're a crier, I have to ask my friend about his favorite movie that he always cries about. It's about an ape or a monkey or something like that in a testing facility or something.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
no.
Oh, that would ruin
No,
my life.
I know my limits too.
No,
I'm one of those people. Shorts on YouTube.
it's a heartwarming story, okay?
Oh
It's a-
yeah. No, it can be heartwarming all at once. I know the puppy video from YouTube where they release the beagles on the grass for the first time and stuff like that. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Like I sucked in. I know they're AI or whatever, not those ones, but I know that they're AI ones. I know there's made up stories about the kitten in the street that was just shivering and people had ignored it and and I'm like I'm sucked in completely. Like it doesn't do much for me. And so I'm very thin-skinned with that stuff, and I'm fine with that. I actually like that element, but I know my limits too, so I have to avoid. Oh man, I have to avoid stuff. Yeah, but I'll blob up, no problem at all. So yeah, so I enjoy that. Like I tell you, one of my experiences with gaming, Mass Effect. Mass Effect's probably my favorite game of all time. It's the first time that I lived an experience in the game fully, without knowing that's what it was either. I remember I always tell the story of flirting with Tally in the game, and anyone who's played the game will know what I'm talking about. And I had no idea you could do that. Like I had no idea that you could romance characters. It just absolutely never even occurred to me that would be an element of the game. So I'm like chatting to her, and I just thought I was being nice to her, and then she starts kind of giggling and going and flirting with me, and I'm like, is she flirting with me? Am I flirting with her?
Oh, the tism hits hard.
And then suddenly I'm in a relationship with Tally, and I'm like, what? You get relationships with others? I'm literally kind of now wandering the ship going, I did not know. I'm literally beyond this. And so it was this real weird experience of just experiencing it. And it was just amazing. And I'm Tally is my space wife. Of course, my wife always walks in when I'm playing Mass Effect and get to a sex scene or something like that. That just seems to be my lot in life, is that they're the only scenes that she walks through.
It's like watching anime in your room when your parents are there. They always walk in at the most awkward moments. Also, hi Pixie, it's good to see you.
Is it God of War? God of War 2, I think, was the one which has, I don't know if it's still, I don't know how adult we can get on your stream.
We are like PG-13, so.
Okay, well, there are controls, if you just picture what a PlayStation controller looks like. There are controls that control you interacting with a lady. And that's it. That's what I'm going to say. It's so weird. And if you do a search, if you're going, Lee, I don't know what you're talking about, do a search for, you'll find it. It'll be a video somewhere. It's gameplay. That's the scene my wife walks in. Not Kratos ripping someone's head off or anything like that. But no, it's just me desperately button mashing, which is kind of an allergy for my life. But anyway, allegory for my life. It's fun. But yeah, so that's always. But yeah, Mass Effect was this experience where I get to the end of Mass Effect 3, and there's all this kind of controversy over the ending of it or whatever. I'm bawling my eyes out for like an hour at the end of that game, and I do not give a shit at all. I do not care what anyone thinks of me. I am literally sitting on the coffee table right in front of the screen, bawling my eyes out, and I love that. And I love the idea that something could move me like that. And that
I did too. The game series that I really enjoy that makes me cry every single time is the Life is Strange series. If you guys haven't played it, you totally should.
Yeah.
It is such a roller coaster of emotions throughout the entire game, and there are just scenes where you're just going to cry. You're gonna bawl your eyes out, and it just happens. And of course you're the one in charge of the character, so you kind of control the flow of the narrative as well. So it's kind of one of those things where you're shaping the story, you're shaping these relationships. So it gets you so much more. You're invested in it.
100%. And that's the difference, because it's the difference between watching a passive movie. Like I remember when Uncharted was being made into a movie, and the less said about that, the better. But I remember someone on Reddit or someone was saying, why would you do that? There are 4 Uncharted games that are amazing, and it's like 160 hours of you engaged with the story and the characters and etc. Why do you want an hour and a half of passive viewing that to experience? And it's not this, because it's not the same thing. And I agree with that. Like, we're talking about the Mass Effect TV series or something like that, and I'm like, yeah, but what Shepard are we getting? Not my Shepard, potentially. Not Hannah's Shepard. Hannah plays as Fem Shep, and I've never played as Fem Shep because I don't. I've just chosen Bro Shep because that's my dude.
Yeah.
But that's it. But that's about you seeing yourself in the game type of thing, and that's the importance of representation in games and stuff like that. So when a game says, "Oh, we can't do a female character," I can't remember which company said that. They said, "Oh, it was too hard to put a female character in, so you have to play as a male." And it was like, "You're a AAA game studio. Shut up!" Like that's garbage. We made the choice. And people do ask us about this. We made the choice. So when you play Fractured Library or you play Spaceship Down, or you're playing a character, and I don't have the technical know-how to give you a personalized experience in that environment. So we do go down the path of you're playing a movie, and the character, whilst you may see parts of yourself in there, and you can certainly imagine, and there's probably enough in there that you could imprint, we made it very much because I just don't have the scope or the capacity. If I could, I would, 100%. But the choice was made to make them characters.
And I quite like that limitation because for Fractured Library, because it's got such an in-depth story, Kayak having her backstory and her personality adds so much to the world that you wouldn't be able to have if it was just a straight self-insert into the game.
Yeah.
So even though it's not, I don't know, it's not ideal to not have character creation, in this way it is. Like, I really like the space that we're at with it at the moment, and in the future games, sure, I might like to have that, but right now I like having no choice because I wrote it that way and that's the way it is. Like, it's, and that fits the game. Like,
one of the things that I really enjoy is those games that don't give you a character creation screen. You just play as the character. You're telling a story, right? And one of the things is it a self-insert story, or is it a story about a certain person, right? And I think that's important distinction, because even like Split Fiction, Life is Strange, they don't have character creation because you're not playing you're playing as this certain person that they have in the story that has lore and background and history and stuff, and that I feel like that's different, like when when you're playing like a survival game, stuff like that, or like Stardew Valley, where it's just like an open world, you just do whatever and all that, character creation is important. But when you're telling a certain story, having that character creation isn't quite as important,
So a good example is a game that I will work on one day called Space Band. And it's literally what it sounds like. You're a band doing gigs in space. And the hijinks that will follow with that.
See, that one I'd love to have some type of character customization, even if it's just hairstyles.
I think that game actually has to have that.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be able to choose a lot of things for that game. And I think that won't get made until I am comfortable with that character creation, and also variants of, choosing what type of band you're actually in and stuff. I am very, very acutely aware that should be a self-insert.
Yes.
Because music is a subjective thing.
Yeah.
So that won't be, that will be what it is. But for Spaceship Down, the reality is that, Noah needs a certain skill set, and he needs to be able to do certain things. And even from that point of view, why did I choose a male character? Well, look, I'm male. I can write from that point of view. I don't know what it's like to live as a woman. Whereas Kayak, Hannah's writing that character and can do. It's not that I can't write women, but I can only write observations of women.
Yes.
So I don't choose necessarily that or anyone's experience, to be honest. And we have very much we're very aware of diversity, and we're very aware of kind of not and representation, and just trying not to overcorrect, undercorrect, all that type of stuff. It's one of those things where you just go, yeah.
It's trying to make it a genuine fantasy snapshot of the world, basically. Like,
Yeah,
feel
you're
natural.
crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's
it's not, if we made 47 games and there was not one black character ever,
That'd be
then I'd 100% go, come on,
Yeah.
what's going on? And for my 5th game, if I'm not, well, I've looked at it and thought about Spaceship Down 2 and stuff. Yeah, I know I've got to finish the first one, but if I think about sequels and stuff, I very much think about, well, look, maybe the sequel or maybe the third game is from the point of view of a female character.
It's not like you don't have them around to help you form that story anyway.
No, 100%. Like what would you say here and what would you say there, type of thing. And,
so we do have. Sorry for interrupting, but we do have some new people here and everything like that. So let's get you guys up to speed. We are interviewing Hannah and Lee from Raguthra Studios. They have very kindly given me a piece of their day to talk about their games, their idea process, and everything behind their games. They are the studio behind The Curse of the Howling Woods, which is getting a remake done. We are going to be giving away keys for that as well. And we are also they're also talking about their future games, the Fractured Library, which Hannah is working on, and the Spaceship Down, which Lee is working on. So they've got working on. Yes, I know, right? So we were just talking about the process and everything and just getting to know them a little bit better. This is the first time ever that they've done an interview or been on Twitch with their face cam on. So this is very, very exciting for us. It is a very exclusive interview and hopefully not the last interview that they ever give on Twitch, on my channel or someone else's.
We're having a great time. And you keep saying interview and it just feels like we're just having a chat. So I'm actually really... Yeah.
Hey, that's how I want it to feel, because when you interview somebody, you could just have a set list and stuff like that and just go down it. It's much better to have it organic. Thank you, Constelicio. So yeah.
If anyone has any non-gaming questions too, we're certainly happy to kind of to entertain anything. If anyone wants to know anything, just our thoughts on whatever.
Yeah. So, Hannah,
we might be diplomatic, but
this question is directed at you. Since you are more the fantasy person, are you more of a book fantasy or a movie fantasy person?
Book fantasy. Yeah, I really struggle to sit down and watch a movie or a TV show unless someone's watching it with me. Like, I just won't do it. But books, absolutely. Like, I will just keep going. Love.
Okay. Do you have what is the current book that you're reading?
Well, I am reading the Dark Tower series by Stephen King, and I'm on the second last book, and it is ruining my life. It is one of the best series I've ever read. It's amazing. It's hard to describe what's happening because half the time I don't know, but it is incredible. And going back to something else after I finish it is going to be really hard. But last year I read my other favorite, I think it's got to be my favorite fantasy series, which was the Throne of Glass. Just basic Sarah J. Maas fantasy, but Throne of Glass, I love it so much. Like, it was just such an emotional roller coaster from start to finish, and it has its flaws, but I don't care. I love it.
Well, I hope you put my recommendation on your list to read next, because I'd love to hear your thoughts on it too,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. What was the first book that you said with the Stephen King?
The Dark Tower.
Dark Tower. Okay.
Yeah. What's the first one called? Is it The Gunslinger?
The Gunslinger.
Yeah, that's the first book, and it's shorter. And it's very odd. It's not a don't know, it isn't a great representation of what the rest of the series is like. It gives you the vibe for the world, but it doesn't quite encapsulate just as much nonsense as you should expect. So if anyone wants to read it, my advice is stick with it. It gets really good.
All right, so there's a book recommendation straight from Hannah at Raguthra Studios as far as what to read if you're into fantasy. All right.
Did you?
No, I never watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah, right.
No.
All right, so Lee, you're more of a bigger sci-fi fan.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about the Star Trek and Star Wars movies, stuff like that. Are you more? Do you read books more, or do you watch movies and shows more when it comes to sci-fi?
Probably 50-50, to be honest. I am a big reader. Not as much these days as I would like. I'm currently reading the Murderbot series, so I'm the fourth book into that. But I love, like, often because of time constraints, TV or whatever, sci-fi. I'll love that type of stuff. So I love good sci-fi. And what I mean by that is something like the Arrival. It's just Arrival, because The Arrival was the Charlie Sheen sci-fi movie from the late 80s or early 90s. Something which just, I had no idea what that movie was going to be about, apart from the fact that giant spaceships come to Earth, and then it just blew my mind, and I just went, that's what I love, is that challenging thoughts. And I did read the 3 Body Problem series, and I will say that I understood about maybe 75% of it. There was a good 25% that I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take everyone's word for this.
I need to read that next, actually. That's on my list of things.
I actually rate the TV show more than I do the book, to be honest. The book was hard going.
Okay.
It's good, don't get me wrong, but it was hard going. The Expanse, the TV series, I haven't read the books yet. I will read them eventually, but yeah. No, I'm like Philip K. Dick is one of my all-time favorite authors, who wrote the stories that a lot of the very big films are made out of, like Total Recall. Yeah. So So yeah, no, all that. Yeah, I'm a big sci-fi guy. Like I'll read the Arthur C. Clarke. I'm just a nerd. That's fine. Sci-fi nerd.
Just a nerd.
It doesn't have a race or a robot. I'm kind of like.
Yeah. I actually read a book that was kind of sci-fi, but also had a mix of a little bit of fantasy in there, and it was really good. I'll have to go grab it from my bookcase here. We do have ads in about a minute, so I feel like this is probably a good time for us to pause, because we've been talking for like 2 hours almost now. So for both of us to get up and stretch your legs and come back after the break, how does that sound to you guys?
Oh yeah, sounds great. As it hasn't felt like that, so again, it just felt like a great chat. Love to answer any kind of rando questions that people have. I don't want to always be pushing our games as much as we love them. But we're more than happy to get to know us, or get to know us.
It's been a lot of fun, but yeah, I'm sure we have things to. My water is empty, and I'm sure if you guys need to have some needs over there as well. All right, so we'll be back with Hannah and Lee with the Raguthra Studios here after the break. We'll take about 5 or 6 minutes for a break, and I'll make sure that you guys are sitting down and ready before I go back to the screen, so you guys don't have to worry about all the awkwardness, okay? All right, so we'll see you guys in a few minutes.
See you soon.
I believe I can fly as a pig in a universe.
With rainbows, yeah.
with magical farts and springs.
Yeah.
Was it B, they had to start their work shift? Was it C, their Hogwarts legacy class was starting? Or was it D, they needed to check on their squirrel hoard? Type the letter of the answer in chat when you're ready.
A, the dinner time.
Congratulations.
Yes, I finally
That's
got one correct.
The answer was A. It was
Alright.
Yo,
and...
she's me. I don't do small talk. What's small talk?
Gracefully Peachy is a chaotic little gremlin / baby witch who plays cozy and horror games with occasional shooters. She's all about good vibes and making friends. Gracefully Peachy es chaosa, malgrande gremlino, baby sorcestino q ludas comfortain kai horaroin ludoin. Kun okazai pafantoi, she timas pribonai vibroi kai fari amicoin.
Oh, that's interesting. A sandwich. But okay, come on. What kind of sandwich? We got to know all of the ingredients. We got to know how you put it together, what type of bread, what type of potential protein, you know. Jesse's like, I'm unfollowing Panda right now.
You want to see yourself as a sticker? She is very curious what I'm doing right now. Yeah. That's you. That's you. That's you on the sticker. Look. Oh, she's sniffing it. Yeah. Oh, you want to?
I hate you!
Stop hitting me! Stop
It was
hitting
an
me!
accident! I was hitting and then you were beside me.
We are definitely lost. Oh, wait. Can we fit our heads through here?
Your head is getting
Everything
stuck.
but your head. Use your
Oh,
backpack.
shoot. Use my backpack. No, I used my extra stamp. Dang it.
I'm not far enough into the hole.
You just look all squishy.
No, can't do that one either.
Says we'll survive.
Ooh, fire! Hi, fire!
Where's the
Oh wait, you can actually get burned by the fire. Oops!
Oh shit!
I didn't realize that fire actually burned you here.
Well, it's
there
fire,
goes-
of course it.
So someone's chunking the UARC repeater, but they're not actually transmitting anything. Like I could confirm it with my other radio. Ah. Mm-hmm. You know, some people like the paddle, so be careful what you say. I was the one who brought it up, and I've done one with the PG channel. Someone clip that. Oh shoot! You absolutely scared me there. Get you scared, NC Jeffrey. Exclamation mark scared. You did! Got me big time. Alright, we got kitty treat tape time, guys. Let me finish this off real quick. Yes!
I warned.
That's no shit!
I warned Tux. I warned Tux. It's just a simple jump, Tux. I mean.
It's just a simple jump! It's just a simple jump! What could be hard about a simple jump?
To plain Jane with a controller.
Oh, now it's flying. Oh, they are absolutely on the case. They are absolutely on the case of this bug. They are on it, yes. Let me at it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't have to worry about bugs over here. I've got 2 little hunters. It's just a... It's just a bug. It's nothing dangerous or anything for them or anything like that. So yeah, we get them every year. Constitution check? Constitution saving throw, I should say.
Alright. That would be...
Hello.
Constitution.
Tickle him.
So that's
Greg?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right, we are back. Wrong scene. Pro streamer over here, absolutely pro streamer. Yes, the clip did play, see Jeffrey. So welcome back, everyone. Welcome back in. I hope you guys had a good break and everything over there. Made sure to stretch your legs, go to the bathroom if necessary as well. Same to all the viewers and everything. To everyone just tuning in, we are interviewing Hannah and Lee from Raguthra Sudios. They made the Curse of the Howling Woods game. They did the Kickstarter for the Fractured Library, as well as they're also making the Spaceship Down game as well. So we've just been having such a wonderful time together and everything. Also, guys, if you have to go at any point in time, please let me know. Because I'm sure this interview could go 3, 4 hours, 5 hours long if we really, really wanted to. It's been
it's just nice chatting to everyone, to be honest, because you kind of do that barrier between you, kind of online stuff. So it's actually nice to have some time to set aside. But as Hannah mentioned earlier, before everyone else arrived, we were playing SingStar very hard last night.
Yeah.
So our voices, if they sound a little bit huskier than they need to be, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Well, no worries there. I'm sure everyone understands that. So let's see here. We've covered how this, how the studio was founded, the origin of Raguthra and everything like that. We've also touched on a lot of things as far as how you come up with ideas and all of that. Now, one of the things I do want to talk about here as well, because we kind of got off on a rabbit trail about all these other things and your sci-fi and fantasy and all of that, because all of that definitely makes part of the culture of Raguthra as well.
It's important.
Yes, it is definitely important, but also at the same time, now is the time for you guys to talk about your games and what you are most excited about that's coming, that you can tell us. So, Hannah, I know Lee's been going on and on and on, so this is you can go first if you would like.
All right. Look, there's so many things I'm excited for.
I'm getting coffee.
Okay, Lee's getting us coffee. That's exciting. One of the things I think I'm most excited for is to play Spaceship Down when Lee finishes it. I'll talk about Fractured Library in a moment, but I am so looking forward to playing it because I know enough of the story that I'm really excited, and I've seen it all be put together, and I've seen the Cryo Baby built 6 or 7 times, and I just really want to play it. And I'm sure you're in the same boat. So that's one of the things I'm most looking forward to. But with Fractured Library, I just can't wait to get to a point where I can start showing footage of everything. I've got the story pretty much done now. And I had it pretty much done before, and then because we were able to kind of scale up a little bit with the success of the Kickstarter, I was like, well, that's it. I'm going to go back and revisit it and make it everything I really wanted it to be. So I've gone deeper with all the characters. I've got character sheets now. I've got explanations of how things work, and the next phase for us will be mapping out the gameplay of each level to make sure that it's harmonious with the world lore and the characters, and it feels natural to play through. And that's, I think once that's down pat, that'll be a real milestone, and I'm very much looking forward to being able to share some of the little sneak peeks of that once it's done.
I would love to see some character bios and stuff like that from those things that you have as well.
Yeah.
Hi Arizona Angels, welcome in. We are interviewing Hannah and Lee from Raguthra Studios. They made several different games. 2 of them are only in demo stages right now, and they're still in the process of building. But The Curse of the Howling Woods is out, although they are coming out with a Recursed edition. And then they also have the Fractured Library, which is Hannah's baby, as well as Spaceship Down, which is Lee's baby over there as well. And I'm really excited to play both of them when they come out because I really enjoyed the demos. So I'm really excited to see how it all comes together with those. So yes, thank you so much for your positivity here every single day, Arizona Angels. You are amazing. All right, so let's get back to this. So you really want to play you really want to play Spaceship Down, which is Lee's game.
Yeah.
And you
No, actually, that's what I think. I want to play it. I want you to finish it, and I want to play it.
Yeah, that's what you're excited about. Except for you also have all this character lore and everything that you've been able to develop because of the Kickstarter.
Yeah. Spoiler because I can. But in one of my favorite things that's come out of developing Fractured Library further and being able to take it a little bit further is the clarity around what's happening with the magic. So in Fractured Library, when you go in, there's some chaos magic that's causing the book worlds to kind of become portals. And you find that out playing through the game. But when you go through, you're going into the story of the book, but you're not playing through the story of the book. You're actually playing through trying to save the universe from this chaotic magic, but you'll be able to see the actual story from the book playing out in the background. And I think that's one of my favorite inclusions is like showing that this full world exists in this book, and people only normally see like this little sliver of what's happening in that universe, but it's a full world full of people and goblins and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's one of the things I'm most excited to seeing people's reactions to and see how much of it they pick up on.
Yeah. Also, you guys get a very exclusive shot of Tiramisu on camera.
I'm loving it. She's so cute.
She is. She's absolutely adorable and everything. She's also very clingy, huh? Yeah, she's very happy right now. She just ate, so we can't play right now. I'm doing an interview, okay? You can cuddle if you want. She's like, but you're talking. But yeah, I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to see the references you guys put in there, and I'm excited to see my library card in there as well.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be very.
Yes, exactly. So Lee, it's your turn now. You're making Spaceship Down as well as the Recursed edition of Curse of the Howling Woods over there.
Yeah.
What are you excited to? What are you most excited about?
I think the thing I'm most excited about is almost fulfilling the promise that we made with Howling Woods.
Mm-hmm.
And we may not have made that public, or it's not an explicit thing that we said, but in my mind, I'm working on a story that there's so much story in the original game, which is only hinted at or stuff like that. Whereas with the new version, the Recursed, it's like the full picture of it, and I kind of, anyone who played the first one and enjoyed it, I want them to just feel joy at playing this expanded version of it, not feel betrayed, which I think often remakes do. I want, so it's, to me, it's that idea of fulfilling that full circle thing of Howling Woods and making it to a level that it deserves a sequel or whatever. So yeah, that's my job right now, is to kind of bring Howling Woods to a level that I feel it's a Raguthra game, and but being able to do that is actually really rewarding. So I know that when I'm working on something right now, I know that someone like yourself is going to enjoy licking things. For anyone who's just arrived, that's going to be weird, but yeah, they've added a licking function into the game. That's good. Yeah, it's that type of element of for just going a better experience or just enhancing an experience. And I feel very proud of being able to do that, instead of just ignoring it. So I know that's the other thing where, they say to devs, just, get your first game out and then just run for the hills and get on to the next one. And for me, I feel that betrays the characters that I loved. Like Sebastian was very, very organic to develop. And then, and then these other characters who are nothing characters have suddenly taken on. Adora, who's the old lady at the start. I never realized how much people would take to her.
That was amazing to watch, wasn't it?
Yeah, so she's kind of fully been kind of expanded and stuff like that. The other character that I will say, which was a huge jump out, not to deviate too much, is Todd from Spaceship Down.
That was amazing.
That is just a random joke that I had.
Everyone hates
this
Todd.
random dude named Todd who is just this, a pencil pusher or something, and you only get to meet him through one or two kind of elements, and then everyone just loved Todd. And so Todd has become its own thing, and I love that.
The community latches onto the weirdest things that you never expect them to, and next thing you know, they're memes.
Yep.
Oh no,
it's
100%. Todd is like, people kind of go, and so Todd is now expanded, and and there's just so much about that. It's so rewarding. Like I can't even, like, we say that, and I'm chasing that rush of, it's not adulation, because you don't always get that, in that, you don't always get people gushing over it. You get it in a very natural way of, it's about your personal experience with it. When you say, it's not Lee, you're amazing. It's, I had an amazing time playing this. And that's so much better. It's so good.
It is.
And it feels so good.
Yeah, I have created a whole bunch of mini games inside of Minecraft that have been played by dozens, hundreds of YouTubers on the server that I worked with. And so my favorite activity was to go and search for my game and reset, 1 week, and just to watch all of those people play the game and see what their experiences are, maybe fix things that may be confusing to them and stuff like that, really refine it. And the thing was that I found is just, there's just so many people out there that really enjoy your work, and it's just so rewarding. You have people who are like, this game wasn't for me, or I don't get it. But for the most part, it's like, it's so reward. You had this labor of love to make this thing, and you release it, and you just see people love it, enjoy it, play it, and they see you, and they're like, it's the developer.
That's the thing. Like, playing Spaceship Down, and people fell in love with the deaths. The deaths were just there to tickle my fancy. I just kind of threw them in as an afterthought, to be honest. And then they became a main part of the game, which is amazing. People just loved it. And so again, that's not, hey Lee, you're brilliant, you had deaths in the game. It's like, that's not new, and certainly not innovative. It was, oh my God, we love this so much. And there's a separation of that, where you kind of see people, celebrities and stuff like that, kind of get the, oh my God, you're amazing. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And it's so not true, because I know that's not true. That's not false modesty or anything. We're all humans. We're all us, and we all have positives and negatives and all that type of stuff. But the fact that you can run with an experience that becomes bigger than you is so gratifying universally. It's not even and it's a thing a creative probably has, that experience of just, and I think that's a pure experience rather than the whole, hey, I'm doing Twitch to become, famous or be told that I'm really good.
Instead of building a community.
Someone says, I just really enjoy coming to these streams and doing this or doing that. And I think that's really amazing stuff. And it's such a drug. I will give it that. But it's such a privilege. It's such a privilege because it's that thing where you touch someone's life. And people talk about that. And it's not necessarily profound. It's not necessarily, it's just a tiny thing. And if I give someone a laugh and they take that, if anyone ever quotes, you're like, Todd, you suck, at someone, and they have no idea what that means, and it's yours to do. That's yours. And I love that. I just think that's
it really,
so.
It is. And, I hope you have one of these experiences here, but, I've had people tell me that I have gotten them through the darkest parts of their lives, and just by being myself and being here and everything. And I hope someone says, that your game is what got me through or something like that, because honestly, we all, as creatives, everyone needs that type of feedback, because
it's wonderful to get that feedback. It's better for it just to happen.
Exactly.
I don't even need it to happen. I don't even need to hear about it. If it helps someone, I'm just going to imagine it somewhere.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
Exactly. You never know how you touch people's lives until they tell you. And it's just like to feel that you made an impact in someone's life, however small or insignificant it is. You made someone feel, you made someone have fun, you made someone so frustrated that they threw their controller type thing,
That's what keeps me going when I'm tired and just like, I'm like, why am I doing this some days? And I'm like, no, because that's what I want to put out into the world. Like, I don't want to just exist here. I want to put something out there that I would have wanted to find.
I will say one of the biggest experiences for us was people crying in the demo for Fractured Library.
I feel so good about that.
It was such a good demo. I didn't cry, but I could definitely see how people could cry with that.
Some people did. And oh my God, that was so much.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It just made me realize, like, yes, it's going to work. Like, that was the moment where I was like, okay, it's working. Like, it's
Yep. What you need is on those tough days, you just need to put one of those videos on in the background to remind you, why you're doing this. You're not doing it just for yourself. You're doing it for those people, for the future, where people enjoy your game and they have experiences through it. And you get to see that, you get to feel that vicariously.
Look, and I think that's all you can hope for at the end of the day, is that someone has an experience. And I guess that's one of the founding things for Raguthra, is that we're experience driven. We're not, we're not genius kind of developers that are creating brand new ways of doing stuff. Our stuff's very traditional, and and so we're not changing the face of VR or anything like that. So you don't get, so this is the important part, is the experience of just kind of, being able to play a game and just go away. And maybe you thought about something, maybe you felt something, maybe you did whatever. I'm happy with that. I think that's, and that's one of the things we try and remember when we're kind of refining stuff. A lot of work went into kind of some of the dialogue for Fractured Libraries demo, where we would kind of just say it out loud to each other and just go,
Does that sound right? Like, because you can read it and it'll sound one way, but if you read it out loud in sequence, it's like, is that how people talk? No. So we'd go back and redo it, and we ended up with something that I'm really proud of.
And
Yeah,
even not
big-
pushing it too far, because you can push it too far too. Like we're
Yeah.
talking about some of the standard parts, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, and this is where you stop.
Yeah.
You have to stop here. You
Yeah.
can don't keep banging on.
No.
because it won't feel genuine.
No, and I
Mhm.
think one of the biggest things, like in there, it was sort of dealing a little bit with grief, but I feel like the way that I want to tackle that is I want to show that that's the theme and that's something that everyone's experienced. And I feel like it's way more powerful to have the theme there, the story playing out, but for people to be able to bring their own experiences of how they have experienced or they would experience that instead of it being prescribed to them how they feel. It's just like, this is
Or
what's
even
happened.
manipulated.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We try to avoid the manipulation side of things, where
Yeah.
you kind of, you see those YouTube videos or whatever where it's designed to elicit an emotion.
Mhm.
And of course you design stuff to elicit emotions, but you also know when you're manipulating versus
Yeah.
trying to.
You want that genuine reaction and not the overdoing it to the point where it's like,
Yeah.
here's the music to make it really, really sad and everything like that.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
really pull on your heartstrings because we're just gonna draw it out to make you cry and bawl.
yeah, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such an interesting world in general for the dev community, like the
Mhm.
indie dev community.
Mhm.
Like we've seen a fair bit of it on social. We don't get to kind of get out as much as we'd like because I think it's the nature of it, where you tend to just head down for a fair bit. And we try and do the socials and stuff, and Hannah does a lot better job than I do. Well, it's a low bar. But yeah, it's that seeing other people kind of going through the same type of stuff and and having that experience, and there's no jealousy at all at seeing someone do really well. I'm here for anyone doing well. Yeah, and I had a friend ask me, and he said, I know that it's financially stupid. I know it's all this, I know it's all that. I'm considering getting into indie game development. Is it worth it? And
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I took the responsibility of answering that really, really heavily, actually. And I tried to kind of, and I said, yeah, look, if you can do it responsibly, and even if you can't do it responsibly, it's one of those things. It's just do it. Like you get potentially one life. It's not like a video game. You do it. The worst case scenario is you don't finish it or whatever. So what? It's the doing. It's the swing. Like
It's
when
the
I started,
process.
when I started, it was RPG Maker. Now that is looked down on as a platform. It's got its own problems, and I'm not here to say that whatever. But I tell you what, you can tell a story in that game engine, and almost anyone can learn to use that game engine and produce a story. It didn't do some of the stuff that I wanted it to do and stuff like that. So that's where I think if you're going to become professional, that's where you naturally grow out of that. But I would never ever look down my nose at someone who's produced a moving story or something impressive in that engine. That is an ability to let anyone tell a story and have fun and build something, and I am here for it. I'm 100% here for that.
It's a
and
valid platform to build a game in. You built a game. And so many people have played it,
Yeah. If it does what it does really well. If you need to do other stuff, then yeah, sure. And also how it deploys with Java, I don't like because it's not as universal, which is the problem that we've found with some of this stuff. But I'm not. There's no gatekeeper here. Can you get into game development? Yeah, of course you can. Should you? Well, you should probably consider your financial situation. That's a given, but that's for anything.
Yeah.
But I am very much a advocate for someone giving something a go. If you want to be a singer, if you want to do whatever, if you want to draw, drawing was always my thing. I draw very whimsical, kind of childlike drawings. Anyone can draw a stick figure. Anyone can.
Okay,
That's just how-
now that you mentioned it, you gotta show some of your drawings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You've got your skateboard that you're working on. You've got my skateboard that you're doing, and we've
Yeah.
got a lot.
Yeah. Okay, this isn't my style, but yeah.
Most of them are on the computer, so it's like hard to kind of pick one up and show. But
This was for Hannah's birthday.
Yeah.
Ooh.
yeah,
Very big into Saga, the
Yeah.
comic book.
yeah.
She's also into Yowies, which
Yeah.
are a chocolate. I don't know if they have them in the US or wherever.
Yeah, like a Kinder Surprise egg, but like
Yeah.
monster shaped. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just do. You can find me on Lee Draws stuff, and I'm currently doing a project where I'm honouring Peanuts and Star Trek at the same time. So yeah,
And they're so good. I like
they're fine. They are what they are. But what I'm saying is that drawing is one of these universal things that anyone has access to. And when people go, "Oh, I can't draw," it's like, well, actually, I can show you how to draw a stick figure. That's not a problem, and that is all you need to start with, because it is not about the end product as far as, you know, blah 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 or whatever type of thing. It's about that experience of creating something. When I grew up, I didn't have any money. My family was dirt poor. As I said, not a great childhood. We couldn't afford. Like, I learned the class system from Transformers, because when Transformers came out, there were big Transformers, middle-sized Transformers, and tiny little Transformers that showed up once every whatever in the cartoon.
just once.
And I could afford one of the little ones. You know, none of these other things. And so, you know, and as a way around that, I drew. So just your imagination, that's yours, and no one can ever take that from you, and no one can ever tell you that your stick figure of Spock with just pointy ears and just no body is wrong. It's not. It's your whatever. And I would encourage anyone to do that. Dirt and a stick is the basis of drawing. That is the lowest possible barrier entry. As if you've got a stick and some dirt at the back, you can draw. Probably upgrade a little bit to a piece of paper and a pen, but, you know, whatever.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, whatever you got. I don't know how poor you are. So, but you have that access and you have that ability, and again, game development. And RPG Maker was a huge avenue for me to be able to start that process.
Yeah.
I say do it. I don't listen to anyone. Never surround yourself with people who ask why you're doing something. Always surround yourself with people who say, yes, how can I help? Or yes, you should do that. Kevin Smith said that. And I subscribe to that. So, you know, yeah, you've got one, as I say, one life. You live it, do it. You know, if you want to take a lot of photos of your cats and post them in people's Discords, you do that.
Yeah.
I endorse that.
They enjoy it. They really do.
Oh yeah, I'm over here like I try to keep you guys updated with Twix and tiramisu. You
We
know.
love that.
Yeah. Appreciate it so much. Some days I'll be like, I haven't seen Twix in a while.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. It's sad. We'll talk about you all. So all these streamers and anyone who's in the community and the Discord, trust me, you get talked about.
Oh yeah. Like our now.
We know you guys, and we will talk about you. And, you know, and I remember, I'll straight up say it to you. When you first showed up on the scene, you were one of our kind of first people to show up.
Yeah.
And we had no idea about streaming. We had no idea about any of this stuff. And you showed up, and I was like, "What is this?
Like, you're intense.
What is going on?"
And we're like, "Oh yeah, actually the best."
Yeah,
Love it.
It was like literally like 2 weeks in. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I can't not." You know, I can't live without Tux 2 coming into our Discord and saying whatever.
Yeah, so good.
So yeah, I mean, complete utter honesty, it was like, wow, this is a lot at the start.
Yeah, especially I was invited all these streamers in, and everyone's just there, just like full on doing their online things, and we're so new to the online world, and we're just like, what's happening? And then when we actually get into the streams, like when we watched yours, we're like, oh, oh, this is the person behind the Discord. And it was the same with everyone. We're just like, oh yeah, it's so positive to like actually be in the stream and put a face to the name and understand like how, I guess, how you interact with the world. And it's just, yeah, it's been such a fascinating experience, all of this.
Yeah. Also, thank you so much, Mando. Welcome in, everyone. For all of you new people coming in, we are over here at my camera's mirrored, so I have to go this way. Interviewing Hannah and Lee from Raguthra Studios. We're probably getting to about the end of the interview, honestly, but they're the ones behind the Curse of the Howling Woods. We're actually going to be giving. You know what? We need to start that giveaway. So, let's see here. We are going to before this interview ends. What we're going to do is we are going to start a giveaway for the very first key for the Curse of the Howling Woods. So do !fun in order to enter, and we'll be drawing that before we get off with Lee and Hannah here today. Okay? If you've never heard of it, go look it up on Steam. It's amazing. And if you do have it, do you want to give a copy to a friend? Enter again, We are more than happy for you to give that key code to a friend that you think will absolutely enjoy the game. Okay, guys? So, yeah. All right. Back to you guys. I figured that was a good stopping point where I could actually just talk about some things there. Yeah, I know. And it's like...
You don't jump in, we'll never let you talk, so...
Yeah, I know. It's like you talk to someone in Discord, right, and all that, and it's like, okay, this is their personality here, and then you watch them on stream, you're like, oh, that's why they're like that. They go, oh, okay, you get, yeah.
That's exactly it.
That was 100% an experience with you. Yeah. Because you were so helpful. You wanted to be so helpful.
So knowledgeable, like technologically. We were like,
because you came in guns blaring with advice and stuff like that, and you were like, and we were all like, what is happening here? So okay, slow down. And then it was like, then we kind of saw you on the plan. It was like, oh,
yeah,
this is awesome. We know who you are now. So
like genuinely, when we watched the stream, we were like, oh, just everything with the most pure intentions. Like, and it was just wonderful to kind of put that together.
Yeah. We try and be as authentic as we can. But you obviously do come across differently online and stuff. And, it's always that's kind of interesting. Kind of when you meet people who kind of obsess over certain elements and stuff like that, and you kind of get the bigger picture of someone.
Yeah, that you understand why.
Yeah. And that's always exciting about these type of things, where we get a bigger picture of kind of who people are and stuff like that, and what they kind of love and hate. Whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Also, I see a cat tree behind Hannah over there. Where's the kitty?
There's one that I can pick up, and I'll bring him in to visit.
Yeah, the other one can't be picked up.
Can't be picked up.
She's a honey badger.
No,
she's a what is she? She's Bengal cross.
Okay.
So she's insane. Bengal owners know what I'm talking about. They're not cats. They're amalgamations of other things. God knows what. But yes, I think Hannah's going to bring Jones in, who is our very expensive tabby.
He just woke up, so he hasn't to do his hair. Here he is.
What's wrong, Bubby?
He's like, this lady just picked me up and I was fast asleep. So James is 16.
16, yeah.
He's an old man. Hello. Who's that?
Aww, he's so adorable. I know, there's a tiramisu coming to say hi to him.
You want to hop?
He's like, I don't even know what's going on.
He has no idea.
He's like, I'm still waking up. What are you doing?
Yeah, he's out. So that was weird. Yeah. So I guess it were, things like Discord and plug plug our Discord while we're here.
Yeah, I was
it's a
thinking.
moment we want to build up more and be more open and kind of engaging. Like we have people who come and ask us things or tell us stuff about the games, and we try and kind of be as responsive as possible.
Yeah.
Because that's important to us. Yeah, no topics off the books for us. We're kind of like, as I said, we're pretty open about everything.
I feel like when you're not doing shady stuff, you can kind of just talk about anything. Like there's nothing that you
I suppose.
Yeah, like it's not really. Yeah, there's not much that we wouldn't talk about, really. Like
yeah.
No, we try and give. Like we're conscious that we're people, and some opinions won't jibe well online.
And it's like, oh well.
Yeah.
Everyone's.
I'm too old and too white and
Yeah.
too male to not have at least one opinion out there that's wrong. I'm pretty. I know that's the case, and I'm very, very aware that the world's a lot bigger than I am. But we kind of we try and be. Discord's probably we'll chat on socials and stuff, but Discord's kind of our house that we're more than welcome to let people into, and we try and get into other people's places and stuff. And as I say, I try and do the rounds for people's streams, but they often don't know I'm either there or whatever, which is on purpose. But please know that I do kind of pop in every once in a while, and it doesn't always have to be about us.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
I really like hearing what people are up to. Like some guy came in and he's doing rock climbing, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Tell me about your rock climbing." And then he got fish, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." And I just love it. And even on the Kickstarter, when I've sent out the survey emails to ask people for their inclusions, I've just gotten so many responses that are like so nice, and they'll tell me how they like this book or they like this story, or then there's the people who are like, could I put a picture of my cat in because she just passed away and she was a huge part of our family, and I'm just sitting here like,
yes.
But it's just so gorgeous. Like there's just so many people who just care so much about this project and are like willing to share with a total stranger. Like, oh, this is really important to me, and I want to put this in your game. And I'm just like, what? Yes. Like, okay.
They they support it at the level where they could do it. Like I didn't put my, I already have a book in the game, so I put my cats in,
Yeah.
Oh, look, and this is it's an interesting kind of point too. When we talk about Kickstarter or financial, like we have Patreon, of course, and stuff like that. And there's a reason why we push the Discord over Patreon, because we're not necessarily, that's not what we're about, although it does help and all that type of stuff. But the whole thing for us is this: never ever feel that, if you can't back a Kickstarter because you're not in a financial place to do it, your good wishes are just as important to us.
Oh yeah.
Financial, sure, that's great. It's important, and if you can do it, great. We love it. We really appreciate it. We feel humbled by it.
But we're indie game developers, so we understand when you have financial constraints.
We know what it's like to be poor.
Yeah, so not unfamiliar.
We don't always upsize at McDonald's, if you get my drift there.
Yeah.
The downsides of being an indie studio.
It's the downside, but also it's the plus size, because no one tells us what to do.
That's true.
We joke about, well, we don't joke about it. We always talk about, if EB Games showed up tomorrow and said, hey, here's that sack of money we were talking about.
Yeah.
They push past the government at the front door and go,
we want to buy
your company for, 30 mil or something.
Yeah.
And we're like,
all right.
Okay. They would put us in a situation to create something really, really amazing. But would I want to be part of the EB Games thing?
Games.
No, EA Games. Sorry, I said EB. EB Games is is like GameStop spot here in Australia. So, and if they wanted to give me millions of dollars, I don't think they have it. But
I don't think they do either.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to make physical copies of your games to put in our stores?
Yeah. We don't have any. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Yeah, but no, but that's, and that's the criticism I have of the AAA game. scenario of just not really caring about that relationship they have with people. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. He won't license his music to advertising because he said once, no, that was someone's first dance at their wedding. That was someone's breakup song. That was someone's. I'm not going to sell that because I make enough money with everything else, obviously. And so for us, that's kind of, yeah, I like that mentality of, yes, if EA Games came to us and said, yeah, we'd like to buy the company, there would be a lot of caveats. There would be a lot of kind of whatevers. But no, I wouldn't work for them because I wouldn't do that. I just couldn't do it. I don't think. I mean, I'd take their money and they can take their IP there, and then we just move on to, you know, if you like Spaceship Down,
Yeah.
once it gets done, you'll love this.
Yeah.
This space rocket up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because it's just, but yeah, I mean, we know the realities of it, and we know kind of the financial situation. Everyone has kind of, you know, what they've got. So, you know, if you can just play the demo and you enjoy that. I played Unreal Tournament for years on a demo, not being able to afford the game. Yeah, I just, you know, be enthusiastic and throw your enthusiasm behind us, and we would reward that in itself.
Yeah.
So
Keeps us going.
yeah, never feel like you're not enough. And I want that very clear to anyone. You can't, if you know, join the Patreon if you want, if that's your thing. But if you can't afford to become a paid member, never ever feel ashamed of that. It's not a thing. It's not a real thing to us.
For sure. Here's a question off the wall. Well, not actually. Hold on. I have two questions. First question is if you had to pick a game to recommend to everyone that wasn't a Raguthra Sudios game, what would you pick? And this is a question for each of you. And I know there's lots of fun games and stuff, but the one that you would pick right now that you really, really enjoy.
Okay. I would pick. It took me about 2 hours to play through from start to finish, and it's called Florence. And it is a line art drawing game. You can get it on your mobile. I played it on the computer. And it's a story of a girl who meets someone, they get in a relationship, and then the relationship ends. But the gameplay is so simple and so effective, and the music that goes with it, it just made it this intensely emotional experience. And it is just a masterclass in how simple you can get telling a story that affects people. I would recommend that everyone plays that. I love that game.
Lawrence. All right, guys, make sure to put that in your wish list or look it up so that way you guys have it. And Lee, what about you?
The first one always comes to mind is Journey. I think it's a PlayStation only game, so I think, I don't know. It's an indie game. There's no. It's just an experience. It's just such a beautiful experience. It's an amazing soundtrack. There's no fighting in the game. It's about literally what it says, the journey. It is just this experience to be played, and there's no barriers to it apart from obviously PlayStation, I guess. So that's my indie suggestion with that, because I just think it's a beautiful game. My actual from a sci-fi point of view, if you're a sci-fi nerd, someone suggested Mass Effect to me, and I didn't know anything about Mass Effect until I played it. And they suggested it, said you like Star Trek or you like Star Wars or whatever, you should play Mass Effect too. And I would actually say the same to any sci-fi fan. If you like story, you can play it on simple, so it's not it's story driven, not shoot 'em up, but you can play it on hard. I think BioWare smashed Mass Effect 2 out of the park. As far as story, characters that you care about, universe building, etc., etc. So whilst I am hesitant to mention a AAA game, Mass Effect 2 is a cornerstone of everything for me. I just think that they did something amazing, and it changed my life when I played it. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but yeah, it is what it is.
It's weird how things can affect us, right? Yeah. Also, Journey.
The fact that I can without knowing anything, and then and as I said, experience literally the dumbass. I think I'm flirting with this girl in a mask.
So fun.
And that experience is amazing, and like, even if you know it, great. But yeah, you just there's consequence. Oh, don't.
This is Lee's framed photo of Charlie, his space wife. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, pull it down, put it back.
He's like, I am getting red in the face right about now.
Yeah, a little bit actually. She's my space wife. That's actually, I didn't do that on my own. That's actually a product.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a real.
Anyone thinking I'm printing up photos of her and building my own kind of thing. No, that's a product. It's nice. But yeah, like those type of. But I would give a caveat too of, I think everyone knows, anyone who's in this stream probably already knows, but indie games are definitely where it's at. There's so much effort to go into playing Mass Effect 2, and so much time that's got to be given. And I know people talk about Red Dead Redemption 2 and stuff like that, and you've got to input so many hours. But if you can jump into an indie game like Don't Starve, which I know is a much less indie game now, but when it started off, like Don't Starve is a great experience too. Really, it's just bizarre and bonkers for bits of it, but again, you play it for as long as you play it, and get that experience, and then move on. That's fine. You don't have to, and again, it doesn't have to do any of that. So give people a go. Like, give games that you don't. If you've got a $1 game on Steam, you got the $1, throw it.
Yeah.
Throw it at them, see what they like, and if you didn't like it, you didn't like it. Don't ask for your money back. Don't be uncool with that. There's a guy I was chatting to. He's made a potato game where the guy's a potato or something. I don't know, but I love that idea. Like, it's not something I would think of. So great.
Yeah.
Be adventurous with that and just play stuff, and just, if it doesn't click, doesn't click, and never be ashamed of what you like. I know people kind of go guilty pleasures and stuff like that. Such thing.
Hey, so I did some research on Journey, and it looks like it's available on PC as well as Apple mobile devices as well. It's like iPhone.
Oh, they brought it to Apple. Cool. Look, it's a beautiful game, and it would actually play really well on a mobile, to be honest, because it's very simple controls. What I loved about the game, so basically you are this character that's just making their way through this world that they've built, and other people show up, and I never realized that these were actually other players. You can't really, there's no kind of interaction element apart from just making some chimes and stuff like that, and you can do that, but it wasn't, they're in their own experience, and you're in your own experience, and neither inhibits the other, and I didn't even know they were real people until much later. It's just such a wonderful experience, and I say chase the experience, guys. Like, always chase that experience, and don't let people tell you what to like and not to like. I have a lot of problem with that. Like, we got this new Star Trek show that's out, Starfleet Academy, and I'm not a fan of it myself. It's not aimed at me. I don't think it's not aimed at me.
I don't know.
But the thing that I'm most over is people on both sides telling the other people that they should either like it or they should either hate it. And it's like, no, it just is what it is. Like, it is what it is, guys. If you enjoy it, that's great. If you hate it,
don't watch it.
Don't watch it. Don't try and take
don't
that from someone else.
Yeah.
Like, I know. It's not about not asking for better, and I think you can be constructive with these things. But yeah, just enjoy what you enjoy. If you enjoy those visual kind of, I don't know, find the clues hidden in things, or you like trashy kind of visual novels or whatever, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't ever apologize for it.
That's why. That's why you were like, about my favorite book that I read. You're just over here like, oh shoot, what am I reading?
Yeah. I always feel bad when people kind of say that. Like, if you dig Twilight, and I think we can all kind of go that Twilight's known by people, for various reasons. If that's your jam though, I don't care.
Yeah,
that's good for you. I've read the full Twilight series. I know what it's about. It is what it is. So yeah, I just tire sometimes of online's whole kind of thing where what you can and can't like and why and stuff like that. And I just like, nah, let's just be you and be people and
be nice to each other.
do good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, just do good. And good isn't telling people whatever. I just if you can't be positive about even your negative stuff. And we've been lucky enough to have that.
Yeah.
Where we've had people kind of say, look, I don't even know what this demo is. But not falling down to these people suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's this thing where someone said we watched it. Hannah stopped watching some of the negative ones, whereas I was still watching.
I didn't. Well, Lee kind of screened them for me, so he's like, "Don't watch this one," and I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. Because
I don't want to say that.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's yours.
my feelings.
Yeah.
Lee, after he's already
watching them because I'm looking for fixes and stuff like that. And, But this person, that was literally like, I don't think this demo does what its demo is supposed to do. It's supposed to make me want to play more of the game. And I was like, okay, well, but the other way they could have said it is these people are rank amateur shit. They could have really kind of gone to town and just been, these people have no business doing this and blah blah blah. And they weren't like that. They were just literally, this is my opinion, and you know, blah blah. And they weren't complimentary, but they also weren't
really negative either. They were kind of taking it from an objective point of view.
Literally just didn't.
No, I wouldn't play this. And it's like, okay, you probably won't like the full game, and that's fine.
So we kind of did what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not getting into a semantics argument with someone about that because they literally have just said what they've said, and that's true. That's fine. That's good. Yeah, thanks for doing that. Thanks for taking the time.
Exactly. Yeah. So
nothing wasn't being good.
Yep. So I have 2 more questions for you. First question. First off, I absolutely love Vegemite. I know a lot of Americans don't, but I do. Is Lee not a big Vegemite lover?
No. I get big is a weird like. Okay, Vegemite is part of our lives.
I do like Vegemite. You've just got to use it right.
I like it too, but it's like, I'm not even gonna lie. I could go get 3 bottles of it right now.
Yeah.
3 open bottles.
Yeah, out of the cupboard. Yeah.
Vegemite is an Australian thing. Like, I think you'd move into a house and there's already a Vegemite jar in the cupboard.
It's very rare because you keep buying more.
Yeah, that's true. So I think everyone's got them, and you kind of you vary on how you like them. See, this is the thing. Vegemite and avocado.
Oh, so good together. Yeah, amazing.
Is a changer.
Yeah.
Is a game
changer. I had an Aussie tell me, you gotta try Vegemite on toast with cream cheese, avocado, and tomato, with just a little bit of salt on it.
Wow.
Cool. That one was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they had Vegemite chocolate a little bit.
I have not. I also have to eat gluten-free, and I'm also in the States. So getting anything from Australia is expensive, especially with the tariffs now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why should you put tariffs on Vegemite?
God.
There's your political argument.
It's our president. It's our president. He's putting tariffs on anything, so we buy more American stuff. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
But talking about
it's such a I'm not even sure. It's like it's just a given.
It is, yeah. We don't even really think about it. It's just like a fact of life here. It's like,
I feel like I could go into any house in Australia and just go.
That's an option.
Kind of like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of our things, I guess, and it's just I don't even know why. I don't even know why. I couldn't even tell you.
No.
Because it doesn't taste like jam or jelly, as you guys might put it. It doesn't, it's not.
It
It's
tastes.
not
It has a
appealing.
very distinctive flavor to it.
Yeah, it's very savoury.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Vegemite. It's hard to say.
It's such
Don't
a
mess with
complex flavor, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, and of
Yeah.
course, you know, you get those Americans doing a spoonful of it and like, "Ugh!" It's like, that's the
Yeah.
wrong
You know
way
what
to
it is,
eat
too?
it.
Do you know the story of Vegemite is, what it actually is?
It's actually
Okay.
the used up hops of making alcohol, like
That's
beer
right.
and stuff
It's
like that.
a yeast product
Mhm.
that comes from it's basically the off
Mhm.
the off run from making beer.
Yep.
So we have to do something with it.
Exactly.
do.
You know,
Yeah.
Australia has Vegemite, the UK has Marmite.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, and
Yeah. And I can give you an opinion on that. Average compared to Vegemite. Marmite is I don't know. It's an abomination compared to Vegemite's the pure.
there's no gluten-free version of Marmite, otherwise I'd try it. So
Yeah.
but
There you go.
talking about food and stuff like that, if you were talking to someone who wanted to try an Aussie dish or snack or type of food, what is your favorite Aussie type food that you would recommend for someone that they should try, even if they don't like it?
This is where I did the shrimp on a barbie thing. No.
Okay. I feel like I'm vegetarian, so I feel bad recommending this, but like if you want to experience Australian food culture, you have to go to one of our hardware stores and there is a pop-up tent where they have a barbecue and they cook sausages. Just beef sausages, and then you buy one for $2, and it's normally raising funds for a community group. And there's a lady who will be behind there. She'll be like, "With or without," and that means, do you want onion or not? And then you have to say either with or without, and then you get some sauce, and you walk into the hardware store, and you try not to drop sausage everywhere. So that to me is like the ultimate Australian culinary experience.
So think about like Home Depot or
Yeah.
or Walmart for that matter, I guess.
Yeah.
So we have a thing called Bunnings Warehouse, and that's our hardware kind of warehouse, literally.
Yeah.
And yes, as Hannah said, that is probably to the point where we've actually started labeling. So basically, the sausage and a bread is probably the most Australian food you will get. Just white bread, just like normal Wonder Soft type of Wonder Bread type of thing with butter maybe.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. Tomato sauce and onions if you're depending. It is literally it was snag.
Bunnings Snag.
Bunnings Snag. We also have a thing called Democracy Sausage, which is at our elections, which are compulsory in Australia. You have to go and vote. Voting is usually held at schools and stuff like that. And what happens is the same type of...
Again, the barbecue gets pulled out and they cook sausages.
They cook sausages because they buy 1,000 sausages from supermarkets and just cook them. And they raise money for stuff. This is how charity works in Australia. We don't worry about ribbons. We sausage and a piece of bread. And they go, "Oh, you're a charity giver." Good. I think you've nailed that. I don't have anything to add to that. I was going to go Tim Tams or some rubbish like that, but no.
That was not the answer I was expecting, but honestly, that is such an amazing answer, you know?
It's so accurate. Hats off to Hannah on that one. I would have gone so cliche. Yeah, no, you've nailed that.
Yeah.
There's nothing more Australian. You ask your Australian friends, you say, Bunnings Snag, and they'll go,
"Oh yeah."
Gotcha.
Yeah, everyone.
All right.
So much so that they have a court case over someone's dropping onions.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Someone slipped on some onions that got dropped. No good.
And so it was controversy in Australia. Like a country just halted and looked at this court case that was, will they need to put will they need to change the law?
Yeah, Bunnings law.
No, actual law. To put the onions on first and then the sausage on top
So good.
to hold the onions in. That was, forget everything else, forget anything else. That was the most pressing. I think it was dismissed.
Okay, that's good.
Which is which and our country just goes, democracy works, the system works.
That is such an Aussie thing to happen too, honestly.
It is so Aussie.
Like, I live in Utah in the US, and, you know, it's like sometimes you just see something, you're just like, that is such a Utah thing, you know, because of the culture here versus the rest of the US, and yeah.
Oh, okay, so you're from Utah. Okay, well then, Swig break? Do you
go to Swig?
Is Swig
I am a transplant. I've gone to Swig once, but I got basically a smoothie versus an actual dirty soda because a friend wanted to try it. So there's two competing brands here, Swig and Fizz. And you know how you know at most restaurants you have like your soda section or your pop or whatever you call it over there. Almost at every single restaurant in Utah, they have syrup bottles sitting right next to the right next to that station, and what they'll do is they'll take their soda and then they'll squirt some of the flavors into it, and that's what we call a dirty soda over here.
Fascinating.
See, we've studied your culture. We've obviously, we want to know more about American culture, and we studied kind of, I would say, historical documents. So the Secret Life of Mormon Wives. That's how.
Oh, don't get me started on all of the culture stuff I've learned about Utah since being here for like 6 years. So
we've committed to learning about your culture, and that's the source that we've gone with. I also have a Mormon friend who I feel I've lectured him on the Mormon Church a couple of times now, because I know more about it now because of my studies. He suggested that it's not accurate, but I refuse to. So that's fascinating for us because we do. That's the Utah that we know is the Mormon.
I am not LDS. I do have some friends who are, so I get some of that culture as well, and I do get a lot. I get the terms and everything like that because I'm here. I'm immersed in it, but also at the same time, if you want to experience Utah culture, dirty sodas.
That's what we've heard. We have heard that. So that's reassuring to have that confirmed. I do believe everything on that show. One fact.
All right. Well, before we wrap up this conversation, because honestly, this has been absolutely amazing with you, and I know you probably have some other stuff that you need to do.
We enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah. Well, where can people find you?
Okay. Well, they can, if you type in...
Do what everyone else does and hire a private investigator. I'm so sick of it. Oh, sorry. What?
Where can people find Raguthra Sudios online?
Pretty much every social media platform.
So we've got a couple of accounts on them too. So basically Raguthra. So if you can work out how to spell Raguthra, fair cop. So we have the official Raguthra accounts, Raguthra Studios. So at Raguthra Studios generally, but we also try and have our own personalities. We are our own people, and so we have a Lee at Raguthra accounts and Hannah at Raguthra. Pretty much. But if you go to raguthra.com, that generally will get you to everywhere.
That's got links and everything. So you can start at our website, work your way out, or whatever your platform of choice is. If you type in Raguthra, you'll probably find us.
Yeah, it's fortunate because it is a fairly unique name, which is good. The Discord I really do heavily want to promote. It's pretty quiet there. We've got a lot of people in there now, but it's just one of those things where it is our house, and we'd love you to come in and make yourself at home and kind of just tell us about stuff that you're doing, games that everyone's playing. We know that can be hard, but we want to be inviting with that. So. And as I said, Tux too, definitely prominent figure in that community for us, and we have a pet channel, and definitely makes use of that, and
so
we
good.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm all they like we better have our dose of Twix and tiramisu.
We do. No, we do. We do talk about it. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and obviously, as I said, we're not all about the financial channels. Obviously, they have those options if anyone wants to, has got a couple of spare dollars they want to throw away because they like what they see. But we're certainly not behind a paywall or anything for people.
No.
You can ask us anything in Discord and we'll answer. Yeah.
Awesome. And you have a link to your Discord on the website as well?
We do,
Yeah, it even works now.
It does.
Oh, that link expired. I hear that.
Yeah. What's that about? But yeah, that was the lesson that we had to learn too. Because again, Michelle was amazing for us to teach us about Discord. She was just on it, and we're so grateful to her what she brought to us. Yeah, because we had no idea. We were such Discord newbies too. And she was like, we had one channel where we just threw everything, and she was like, right, this is a mess.
Yeah.
Let's clean it all up. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on with me. We do have a giveaway running. For all of you who haven't heard about Raguthra Sudios, we are giving away one of their games on stream right now called The Curse of the Howling Woods. It is a Steam key. If you have the game and you want to give it to someone else that you think they would like it, you can enter as well. Or if you do want, or if you would rather check out the game and play it, stuff like that, make sure to enter as well. !fun in order to enter. I'll give you about a minute to enter before we actually draw that and before we let Hannah and Lee go for the day. So yeah.
But there's a slide too, Tux. If anyone's not on Steam, I know that's really rare, but if they're not, we do have itch.io.
Okay.
So if anyone does contact you and say, "Oh yeah, cool, thanks," but I'd love to play it, but I want to download it from somewhere, we can definitely accommodate that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, so let's see here. We had one more person join in. Been lurking, waiting for fuzzies. Gotcha, Jesse. All right, so we're going to close our giveaway, and we are going to draw this. We're going to see who gets that key from Raguthra Studios. I know Hannah and Lee over here are like, ooh, who's it gonna be? Here we go, guys. We're gonna hit this button now. And the winner of the giveaway is Jesse! Congratulations! The late entry. Got it. Congratulations, my dude. I will DM you and everything with the key code and everything, all of that, so that way you get that as well. To you two, any last words that you'd like to say before we end this today?
Oh, just thanks for inviting us. It's been so fun. Like such a good first stream experience for us.
No, thank you. It's just we're incredibly grateful, not only for this, but also the support you've shown us in the past.
Yeah, the whole time. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, you just can't ask for that, and it's so nice to get it. And I want you to know how grateful we are.
Well, I'm great. I am thankful that I found you guys on Threads. You know. But yes.
Yeah, 100%. So look, thank you for that, and thank you to everyone who's been humoring us in here. Thanks for everyone being open.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah, it is. Really, really good.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming in. We do have an ad coming up in about half a minute or whatever. So we're going to let Hannah and Lee go. You guys are more than welcome to stick around and enjoy the rest of the festivities over here. Or if you need to go and I don't even know what time it is where you are right now.
Lunchtime.
Yeah, about
lunchtime. Okay, so this is perfect then. You guys could go make lunch, de-stress and everything, because I know even though Yeah, get away from the computer monitor, rest your eyes. You know, we all knew that. We all know that we stay in bed way too much time on the computer. So I will. Hopefully, this isn't the last time that we see each other on
Awesome.
stream.
Yeah. No, we'll definitely come back. Maybe a little bit closer to release date with a lot
That
more.
would be
Might even get you an Apple preview.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Well, I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your day over there in Australia. And I will see you guys later.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.